A new era at Watford Football Club began in July with Gianfranco Zola appointed as head coach following the takeover of the club by the Pozzos family. What do you know about Watford? What do you know about this club that you've joined?
I know it's a good club, a good community, and they are very passionate about football. And I must say, last year they played a very good season. So there are all the conditions here to do something good.
What sort of targets have you been set? What were your objectives that have been set out?
Well, for this year is a transition year, obviously, because we are settling down and we just came at the last minute. So there's a lot to do, but you know, we are ambitious, obviously. After we assess the situation and we settle down, then we're going to be more clear what the objectives will be this year and the next year.
Zola's first taste of action at Vicarage Road was Lloyd Doyley's testimonial match against Tottenham. Great occasion for Doyley ended in a narrow 1-0 defeat as Jermaine Defoe nodded in a second half winner for Spurs. The first competitive game of the campaign was the Capital One Cup first round tie at home to Wycombe Wanderers. Rolls it back to Almen Abdi, the Swiss international, another Udinese loanee, but he's robbed by Matt Spring, who evades the challenge of John Eustace. And here's Joel Grant running at Dickinson, 25 yards out. Grant with the shot, and Almunia only parries it. Great chance for Wycombe. It's parried again by Almunia, and it goes wide. Richard Logan with the follow-up. He will feel he should have scored. Noseworthy hooks the ball back towards the edge of the penalty area, headed away by Lewis. Dickinson nods the ball out to this left-hand touchline, and Mark Yates is closed down by Stewart and Grant, but skips away from the pair of them. Then curls across and right-footed, which is only a foot wide of the far post. I don't think he was going for goal, Mark Yates, but it turned into a good effort in the end. After a goalless first 90 minutes, extra time was required to settle the tie. It is Angol who will give chase against Noseworthy, but the experience of the Watford defender takes him away from the youngster, and Iwaluma, good header in field, and nods it down for Hogg, who turns it out to the left-hand side, and Vydra to run at Stewart. He's got Abdi outside him, Abdi into the box, can he square it for Vydra? Vydra with a shot, it's deflected off the defender, Iwaluma hooks it goalwards, and it goes well wide in the end. The cross from Abdi, just too far behind Matej Vydra, and he couldn't get any pace on the effort. And here's Hodson, forward to Abdi, midway inside the Wycombe half. He's got a bit of space to turn and run in. Tries to play on the outside. Vydra's in the box. Vydra, pass ball. Iwaluma scores for Watford. And the Hornets have the lead in extra time. 4 minutes into extra time. Great run from Abdi. Vydra's persistence, Vydra's pace got in there ahead of ball. And Iwaluma poked it home from close range. Championship season got underway in searing heat at Selhurst Park, and it was Crystal Palace who struck first when Wilfried Zaha was fouled in the penalty area by John Eustace. Owen Garvin converting from the penalty spot. Watford were quickly back on level terms, however, when Martin Taylor pounced after Julian Speroni spilled Sean Murray's shot. Garvin put the Eagles back in front before half-time. Bursting through and firing past Mamal Almunia from close range. The home side held on to their lead until 2 minutes from time, when Almen Abdi equalised for the Hornets. And it got even better for Watford as deep into injury time, Matej Vydra struck a spectacular winner. Ipswich were the first visitors in the league to Vicarage Road the following Tuesday. On a frustrating night for Watford, they went close on several occasions in the second half. Almen Abdi had a shot deflected over the bar after a scramble. Then Daniel Pudle's cross found Vydra, but again a defender deflected his effort to safety. Before another Pudle cross was headed wide by Abdi. And then the Tractor Boys delivered a sucker punch in the 90th minute when Michael Chopra touched home the winner. Four days later, the Sky Cameras made their first visit of the season to Vicarage Road, where Birmingham were beaten 2-0 in what was a first real glimpse of some of the exciting attacking play Watford were to deliver during the season.
Plenty's already happened as Vydra now tries to get away from Caldwell. Sliding tackle, but that leaves it to Murray, who turns it back out to the left-hand side, and Yates Pudle is bursting into the box. Yates plays him in. Can he keep it in? Drives it across. Butler, can he parry it? But surely Vydra has punched off it there. Surely that's a penalty. And the linesman says yes, and Watford have a penalty in front of the Vicarage Road end, where Matej Vydra was just going to nod the ball into the empty net. And there are very few complaints from Birmingham City here, as he was just barged off it. Butland made the save from Pudle's cross shot, and well, Watford have an early penalty here with 2 minutes played, and well, no real doubts about that decision. Took him a long time to make it, Derek.
Absolute blatant penalty. Pudle's a great overlap, got a great ball in, ball's come up in the air, Vidric push, definite penalty.
It's going to be Almen Abdi then from the penalty spot against Jack Butland, the Team GB Olympic goalkeeper. Abdi, who scored last week against Palace, right-footed into the far corner. Never in doubt, really coolly taken penalty from the Swiss international. His second goal for the Hornets, and just the start Gianfranco Zola would have been after this afternoon. 3 minutes on the clock. Almen Abdi scores for the Hornets. Watford 1, Birmingham City 0.
Murray then with this next corner for the Hornets. Yates is there if he wants to take it short. Birmingham have two defenders out there. They do take it short. Murray then curls it in. Martin Taylor's there, straight at Butland, and it's cleared off the line, and Butland gets it at the second attempt. Well, Martin Taylor probably should have scored, I guess, but Butland made himself big, and he ended up heading it straight at the keeper.
Well, it's great delivery in by Sean Murray, and Taylor's just in front of the goalkeeper there, and headed it straight at him, really, but maybe could have done better there, Taylor.
Yates is caught in possession though, but he wins it back from Zigic, and it rebounds to Iwaluma, who can turn here inside the centre circle and just hold it up and leave it for Yates again. He's got Murray to his left, he's got Vydra running through the middle. Vydra is onside here, Vydra against Butland, and Vydra scores! And Watford have a second here. Matej Vydra with a finish full of confidence, full of quality. 17 minutes played, he was slipped through, his pace beat the offside trap, and he just scooped it over the on-rushing Butland into the far corner. 17 minutes played. Watford 2, Birmingham City 0.
Yeah, great finish by Vydra. Birmingham's defence fell asleep. Vydra's just made a run in between the centre halves. Birmingham City defence is asleep. But must say, Mark Yates, great through ball. Just Mark Yates, last third, puts a lovely through ball. Vydra's made a great run in between the two centre halves. Birmingham centre halves asleep. And Vydra's finish, nice tuck, finished it really well there, Vydra.
Well, we've seen two finishes from him
so far this season on successive Saturdays, and he looks like a boy who knows where the goal is. But given the opportunity, he will put the ball in the back of the net. And again, more applause. I think that's for Chris Iwelumo and him just holding them up. And he's making such a difference, isn't he, tonight?
I think the thing with Chris Iwelumo that people don't praise him enough about, he has got a good touch. He's got great touch, holds the ball up well. So he isn't just a big guy who can't control the ball. He's a good footballer.
Yates has played Abdi in again here. It's out towards the corner flag. Abdi keeps it in, works it back to Pudil. Pudil, first time cross. Vydra with the header, just wide of the near post. He was coming in on it. It was just going behind Iwelumo. Again, well, the two Czechs there combining. Yates with the through ball, and we had a midfield runner in Abdi. It's more good football from Watford.
There's been a little bit of a pattern here in quite a few of the Watford attacks. Yates has put in Vydra through, or he's giving it to Pudil, and Pudil's hitting great quality in there and great ball in, and Vydra's just getting on the end of it. So a nice little triangle, Pudil, Yates and Vydra, looking good.
Good flick on from Gary Thompson. Connell leaves it for Meredith. Adam Thompson gets back there, gets a foot in. Hodgson is covering round, and Martin Taylor calmly finds Jenkins. Now he looks for the run of Belek, and Belek will try and challenge Luke Oliver. Can he get the better of him? Oliver pokes it away, but it'll come to Anya. Anya with the shot from range. What a goal that is from Ikechi Anya from 20 yards on the half volley. McLaughlin got a hand to it but couldn't keep it out. Such was the power. What a strike from the former Wycombe man. Ikechi Anya marks his first start for the Hornets with his first goal and breaks the deadlock with 20 minutes left here. It is Watford 1, Bradford City 0. Now this is an opportunity for Bradford because Luke Oliver and James Hansen are two big targets.
Yeah.
Phil Parkinson's side. Watford will have to beware. It doesn't quite reach them. Sean Murray heads it away. It's hooked back into the 6-yard box. Adam Thompson is there. Hansen's volley is blocked. Reid with a shot. What a strike that is from Kyle Reid to equalise for Bradford City. 6 minutes from time. 30 seconds of stoppage time left. Bradford can make Watford feel really uncomfortable. Kyle Reid curls the free kick in towards Hansen. Bond punches only as far as Gary Thompson, who drives it in and knocks Watford out of the Capital One Cup. Gary Thompson fires in from the 15 yards out into the bottom corner past Jonathan Bond, and in the last minute of injury time, the last minute of stoppage time, Bradford City have come from behind and they will be heading into the third round of the Capital One Cup. Watford 1, Bradford City 2. September began with a real low as Watford were blown away at Pride Park by Derby. Richard Keogh glanced the Rams ahead on 16 minutes. And Jeff Hendrick doubled the lead 20 minutes later with another header. It was 3 before the interval when Connor Salmon muscled his way through before slotting past Almunia. Will Hughes bundled in number 4 just after half-time. Before Jamie Ward added a 5th. Matej Vydra did pull one back for Watford, but it was merely a consolation after good work from Ikechi Anya. Watford's defensive frailties were exposed again a fortnight later as Bolton scored twice from set pieces in the first half at the Reebok Stadium. Matt Mills headed in the first after just 3 minutes. And Kevin Davis grabbed a second 3 minutes before the break. The Hornets improved in the second half and were given hope of salvaging a point from an unlikely source. Lloyd Doyley's second career goal wasn't enough though, and Watford were beaten again. Cassetti's done well though, charging back and wrestles it off Wainbridge and plays it infield to Yates. Here's Forestieri in a central position. We'll just roll it back out to Cassetti midway inside the Brighton half. Infield to Hogg. Now Yates, he's got Pudel outside him on the left-hand side. Comes infield. Can use that Hogg once more on the edge of the centre circle. He'll work it out to Pudel. Just takes a few touches, takes some time, closed down by Buckley. It's worked back to Jonathan Hogg on the edge of the centre circle again. Drifts it in towards Iwelumo on the edge of the box. Chests it down. Forestieri the shot. Takes a deflection and goes inches wide of the right-hand post. Kushat was beaten because he had gone one way. The ball went the other. And luckily for Brighton, it went the right side of the post. It's headed away by Newton. Abdi dives in, but Brighton win it back, and Buckley will run at Cassetti down this left-hand side, and he's got the beating of him. Gets it in low, takes the deflection off a defender, and it'll come to Dean Hammond. Great save from Almunia. Charged out of his goal on the edge of the 6-yard box, closed the angle down, and makes the blocking save. Brighton taking an age over the taking of this free kick, and given the hurry up by referee Drysdale. Kushat thumps it forward. Newton is there, but rather just lamely puts it on the plate for Dicker, and Pudel slides in behind Mikhail Smith, and that will be a penalty for Brighton. Mikhail Smith stands hands on hips. Almunia waits. Here comes Mikhail Smith. Down the middle, into the back of the net, and Brighton take the lead through the Watford supporter, Craig Mikhail Smith. Newton's found him with a lovely ball with the outside of his left foot. Pudel just about keeps it in and now attacks the edge of the area, lays it towards Forestieri on the edge of the box. Forestieri with the shot, clips the top of the bar and goes over. Great football from Watford that was, with Newton with the outside of his left boot. Pudel did well to keep it in and picked out Forestieri. Quick feet, and the shot was just a foot too high. Leaves it for Nathaniel Chalobah, just 17 years old, Chelsea's youth team captain, England under-19 captain. Looks very comfortable with the ball at his feet. Played against Watford here in the FA Youth Cup a couple of years ago. Here's Mark Yates, left-hand side. Pudel goes beyond him. Yates drifts infield. Leaves it for Hogg. Now Chalobah, 35 yards out. He's got Doyley to his right. Here is Lloyd Doyley. Quickly closed down by Buckley. Doyley comes infield. Finds Abdi on the edge of the area. Abdi can turn, leaves it for Chalobah. Chalobah with the whipped-in cross. It's too high for everybody. Pudel with the header over the bar. Hits the yellow post behind the bar. Lovely ball in from Chalobah. Lovely football from Watford. Now Murray has played a good ball down the right-hand touchline. Cassetti into the box, towards Deeney. Turned in by the defender. Own goal. And Watford take the lead at last here at Vicarage Road. 57 minutes played. I think it's James Wilson who's diverted it into the net. Great ball down the line from Murray and an intelligent ball from Cassetti. Hard and low across the 6-yard box. Wilson had to get a foot in, otherwise Deeney would have scored. Watford don't care who it's gone in off. They have the lead. 13 minutes played in this second half. Watford 1, Bristol City 0. Here's Kilkenny under pressure from Vydra, trying to nick it away from it. It's Foster over there who works it to Joe Bryan, the left-back, who skips around Cassetti. Gets the cross in towards Elliott with the header, who equalises for Bristol City. All too easy really at the other end. Joe Bryan with the good work down the left-hand side, stood the cross up. And Marvin Elliott just loves scoring against Watford, and he's done it again.
Hall just holds the ball up and now advances towards the halfway line, forward towards Deeney. It's laid off for Pudel. Pudel plays it forward early towards Vydra, who might hit it first time. He brings it down, cuts inside Matej, Vydra, and tucks it in, and Watford are back in front. And it's a great ball to pick him out from Pudel. It's a simple one, and Vydra took it down, cut back inside the centre half, and has crashed it past Heaton in the Bristol City goal. It's a 4th goal of the season for Matej Vydra, and it's an excellent finish from the Czech striker, and it's a simple ball into the box, beautifully controlled, expertly finished. Watford 2, Bristol City 1. Watford defending a 2-1 lead. Foster down the right-hand side, whips in an early cross. Baldock trying to sneak in at the back post, tucks it back inside, first time shot, now it's tucked in, flag stays down, and Bristol City have the equaliser. It's number 16, Stephen Davis, I think, what must have been the second substitute, Stephen Davis. We missed him coming on, but he's applied the finishing touch there. Players coming forward, Nosworthy and Hall have come forward as Pudel prepares to deliver the corner now. Left-footed in towards the near post, flicked on by Doyley, comes to Nosworthy. Nosworthy back into the box, it's hooked away from Hall. Doyley sort of little cushioned header back to Pudel. Pudel onto his left foot, whips in a better cross, header, comes back off the post and then tipped over. It was Hall with the second header. The first header was Deeney's, came back off the post, and Fitz Hall then with a header tipped over by Heath.
September ended on a high after a 5-goal thriller at Huddersfield.
Pereyra struck first through Oliver Norwood's long-range free kick. And it wasn't until midway through the second half that Watford equalised. Fernando Forestieri firing home with the aid of a little deflection. 7 minutes from time, Fitz-Hall put the Hornets in front from Mark Yates' cross. But Alan Lee cancelled the lead out within a minute. But on 87 minutes, Forestieri was fouled in the penalty area. And the returning Troy Deeney fired home the winner from the spot. Three days later, the Hornets were on the road again and took the lead at the Valley when Tommy Hoban's header deflected in. Charlton was soon level though, through Ricardo Fuller. And Watford suffered a blow just on half-time when Forestieri was sent off for a second bookable offence. But despite being a man down, the Hornets produced a stirring second half display and secured all 3 points thanks to a stunning free kick from Almen Abdi. It's still a fairly embryonic league table, of course, but this is game 10 of this new championship season. These two sides side by side, 11th and 12th, Borough in the slightly loftier position, courtesy of alphabetical order, because their records are absolutely identical. Both teams have scored 14 goals, both teams have conceded 16. It's the Hornets, though, in their yellow shirts, black shorts and black socks, that get us underway, attacking the Vicarage Road end in this first period. And here's Lukas Jukovic under pressure from Fitz-Hall, and it's the Watford defender who pokes the ball out to the left-hand touchline, gets it back from Pudel and thumps it upfield. It's too high for Deeney, and Andre Biquet, who's rolled it back towards the goalkeeper, Vydra intercepts, he'll come to Deeney, and Deeney scores! Inside 30 seconds! Terrible mistake by Biquet. Vydra's shot was blocked by the goalkeeper. Deeney with the follow-up from 20 yards into the empty net, and Watford take the lead inside the first minute. Second goal of the season for Troy Deeney. Watford 1, Middlesbrough 0.
Corner to Middlesbrough, Ledbetter to take it on this left-hand side, whipped in towards the back post, still bouncing around, hooked in by Emnes, and Middlesbrough have the equaliser from the corner. It was Ledbetter's cross in towards the back post, the heads went up, it wasn't cleared, and Emnes hooks it in, and it's Watford 1, Middlesbrough 1. Emnes turns nicely and plays it wide out to the right-hand side to Bailey. Bailey cuts inside and looks to thread it through towards Haroun, but away by Newton. Newton then clips it forward towards Vydra, carries on the run Newton, looks for the return pass from Vydra, but the tackle comes in over on the far side, and in fact there's a Watford player going to be booked over on that far side.
And
it's a red card. That's a red card for Newton, isn't it? Over on the
Vydra.
far side, Vydra. Vydra shown a red card by referee Steve Rushton for a pretty innocuous challenge over on the far side, and Steve Rushton, the referee, is doing his very best demonstration of a foot-up challenge, and he's saying that Vydra was raised his foot. At the moment, if you were going to put your mortgage on it, it would be on Middlesbrough, purely because they're seeing more of the ball. Here's Friend down the left-hand side, whips the cross in, McDonald turns, tries to get the shot away. Another chance for McDonald, still McDonald, right-footed shot off from post and in, and Middlesbrough do have the lead. I didn't want to tempt fate, but you could perhaps sense it coming, and it's a goal from 27, Scott McDonald. But a good opportunity for Yates to curl this with his right foot in towards the top corner. Although that's where Steele has gone across to his left-hand side, so he's going to have to curl it, or is he? Steele's not quite sure where to stand. It's only a three-man wall.
Well, Murray's the decoy because he can touch it to his right. For Murray.
Here's Yates. Yates takes it with his right foot. Keeper spills it, and he's missed. How's they missed that? Well, I think Steele got back and made the save. Steele spilled it, and there were three Watford players, including Tommy Hoban. I think he was nearest, and they got to it first, and somehow Steele has deflected that behind.
Here's Chalobah clipping the ball forward for Forestieri to battle with Alcock. It's forced out towards the corner flag, but he skipped away, Forestieri, and he's inside the box. Fernando Forestieri, still Forestieri, keeps going. The shot is blocked. Comes to Chalobah on the edge of the box. Here's Chalobah onto his right foot. With the effort, brilliant save by the goalkeeper. Well, we just waited to see whether he'd get the shot in. I held my breath, and he got a little half a yard, curled the shot towards the top corner, and Alejnik went full length and turned it behind. Here is Fernando Forestieri, 30 yards out. Drifts across field and then plays the ball with the outside of his right foot, finds Pudel, gets it back from Daniel Pudel. Forestieri again, edge of the area, exchanges passes with Hogg. Here's Chalobah, takes over. Pudel still out on this left-hand side. Here is Pudel, infield to Hogg on the edge of the box. Pudel's continued his run inside the area, but Hogg goes infield to Chalobah. Chalobah finds Pudel, now Hogg again, Watford keeping the ball nicely. Here's Abdi, he can advance towards the edge of the area. Plays the ball into the 18-yard line, and Chalobah twisting and turning. Chalobah with the shot, and it's off the post, and the keeper grabs it. I think the keeper touched it onto the post and got lucky as it rebounded back, I think off his head into his midriff. And on the defensive here, because Chalobah has got on the end of Jonathan Hogg's pass. He's down by the corner flag on this left-hand side. Rolls it back to Pudel. Pudel infield to Hogg. Gets it back from Jonathan Hogg. Here's Hogg again. 30 yards out. Finds Abdi. Can't find Deeney. Deeney, did he leave a foot in there on the centre-half? If he did, he'd be in trouble. Cassetti in trouble against Natale, but wins it back. And here's Abdi, 25 yards out, onto his left foot, and leaves it for Pudel. Pudel 2-on-1 here on the left-hand side with Chalobah. Chalobah edge of the area. Chalobah goes for the top corner, just too high. It just lands on the roof of the net. It opened up as well again for Nathaniel Chalobah. And the little back heel, well, should have been intercepted by Cassetti, but he's given it away. And Yates, did he handle it on the edge of the box? No, he didn't. And Watford may break now. Hogg has found Cassetti. Cassetti advancing over the halfway line. Yates up in support. Vydra and Gajo ahead of him. Here's Vydra. Vydra away inside the box. Can he find Gajo? Cuts it back, can't find Yates. And Ferdinand is there inside his own box. But did he shove Pudel? Did he shove Pudel? Yes, he did! And it's a Watford penalty! Well, what a terrible, terrible choice for Kane Ferdinand. He just leant onto the back of Daniel Pudel, who was going away from goal. He had no need to do it. And Watford have a bonus penalty here right at the end of the 90 minutes. Into the 90th minute now. Matej Vydra has put the ball on the spot. Alejnik stands in his way. Here comes Vydra, down the middle and scores! And surely Watford win it. Matej Vydra, with his 5th goal of the season, is mobbed in front of the Rookery end. And this packed Vicarage Road has its goal at last. Matej Vydra celebrates with the Watford fans. And Watford have the lead here in the 90th minute from the penalty spot.
The trip to league leaders Cardiff was to prove controversial as Watford were beaten in injury time after being reduced to 9 men. Tommy Hoban gave them the lead on the half hour after Marco Cassetti's header was saved. And in the second half, Alex Hayhoe went close to making it 2. Before Manuel Almunia denied Craig Noon an equaliser. But the game then turned when Daniel Pudel was sent off for an off-the-ball incident. And almost immediately, Cardiff were awarded a penalty. As Jonathan Hogg was adjudged to have handled inside the area. Peter Whittingham dispatched it to level the scores. And then Watford saw Nathaniel Chalobah sent off after collecting a second yellow card for kicking the ball away. The 9-man Hornets held on until injury time before Aaron Gunnarsson headed home a winner from Malcolm Mackay's side. Watford ended October in 16th place after another injury time winner saw them beaten at Blackburn. Rovers gave the Hornets a let-off when Tommy Hoban was penalised for handball in the area. But Colin Kazim Richards struck the bar from the spot. But in stoppage time, up popped Jordan Rhodes to fire home the only goal of the game. That's the end of part 1 of our season review. Do join us again shortly for part 2. Welcome back to part 2 of our 2012-13 season review. We rejoined the story at the beginning of November.
Well, Schmeichel has set Leicester away there. Pudil's out of position. Chalobah helping out defensively. So's Fernando Forestieri. Slides back in. What great challenge from Fernando Forestieri, of all people, tracking back inside his own half and winning the ball back for Watford.
Well, brilliant tackle by Forestieri. Wouldn't be known for his tackling, but he's run good 30 yards there and put in a brilliant tackle to stop Marshall.
Here's Abdi attacking the edge of the area, playing it into Deeney. Deeney gets the shot in and it's wide. Schmeichel was happy to watch it go wide. Deeney holds his head. From our angle, it came from the Roustan side of the penalty area, so it flashed across the face of goal. We'd have to see a replay to see quite how close it was, but again, Watford just getting some joy in and around the 18-yard box. 0-0 here at Vicarage, right, but Watford made a decent enough start here. Hogg just touched it forward for Deeney, who turns it around the corner. Forestieri sets Abdi away. Abdi is clear on goal. Abdi against Schmeichel. Abdi scores! Watford take the lead on 14 minutes. It never looked in doubt from Almen Abdi. Wonderful football in the midfield. The type of stuff Watford have been threatening in these opening moments, and they get what their start has deserved. It's a 4th goal of the season for the Swiss international, Almen Abdi. Watford take the lead. Watford 1, Leicester City 0. Left-footed delivery. High one beyond the penalty spot. Morgan heads it towards goal, headed off the line by Jonathan Hogg. Abdi heads it away from the edge of the area, but it's still there with Marshall. Marshall with the lob, but it goes wide. And Watford survive. Almen Abdi is down inside his own penalty area. Well, Jonathan Hogg saves the day for the Hornets there. Wes Morgan was poised to equalise. Watford goal kick. Other goals to tell you about. Fulham 1, Everton 2 in the Premier League. Hastings, I think, have equalised against Bishop Stortford. Yes, they have in the FA Cup. Abdi attacking the edge of the area, works it into Deeney inside the box. It's forced him a little wide. Can Deeney get it across the area? Schmeichel clears. Pudil 15 yards out. Pudil with the shot. Great save, Schmeichel. Forestieri makes it 2 and puts some daylight between Watford and Leicester City. Great ball from Abdi again. Deeney with the cross. Schmeichel punched it away. Pudil with the volley that was going in. Great save, Schmeichel. Forestieri is taking the applause and giving the high fives to the front of the rookery. He was Johnny on the spot and makes it Watford 2, Leicester City 0. Waghorn has found Futak's edge of the area. Closed down by Doyley. They've got Konchesky in space on the left-hand side and they find him now. Konchesky with the cross, stands it up towards the far post. Nugent is there, holds off Pudil. Nugent with the shot, and Leicester are back in it. 19 minutes to go, and it's game on at Vicarage Road. David Nugent scores his 6th goal of the season for the Foxes. Konchesky with the cross. He pulled off the back of Pudil, chested it down, thumped it into the far corner. Watford 2, Leicester City 1. Lovely ball from Chalobah that sets Deeney away. Chalobah and Forestieri and Abdi in support. Deeney drifts infield, then leaves it for Jonathan Hogg 20 yards out. Hogg with the shot, punched away by Schmeichel, and it will go behind for another Watford corner over on the far side. That was travelling from Jonathan Hogg.
Well, for all Watford are like counter-attacking at home, Watford are like the counter-attacking team in this second half, and Jonathan Hogg joined in lovely there, timed his run well, good strike, but you expect Schmeichel to save that at a good height, and he has.
Works it out to the right-hand side, and Cassetti with an early ball in towards the edge of the area, which Forestieri flicks on towards Deeney. Deeney heads it back towards the Italian. Abdi is there, little move away from Chitu. He's level with the edge of the area. Almen Abdi onto his right foot, gets the shot in, and it's not far wide of the left-hand post. David Ford looked confident that he was happy that was going wide of his left-hand post. 0-0 here at Vicarage Road. Danny Chitu with a free kick for Millwall on the halfway line. 17 minutes played at Vicarage Road. Three Counties Sport on BBC Three Counties Radio and around the world. And Hornets player, of course. Chitu with a long ball into the Watford penalty area. It comes off Doyle and it's touched in, is it? No, touched wide by Wood. And it was deflected wide. Well, he had to score, surely. It just hit Lloyd Doyle on the edge of the 6-yard box and fell to Chris Wood. And he couldn't stab it goalwards. Inside the Millwall half, advancing midway inside the half. Chalobah drifts away from Taylor. Good tackle though from Chris Taylor. And now Millwall can break perhaps. Here's James Hendry. He's worked it out to the left-hand side, and Henderson left-hand edge of the penalty area. Cuts away, cuts inside. Doyley fires over the bar and thumps the ground in frustration. Darius Henderson, as he knows he perhaps should have done better there. Cut inside Doyley onto his right foot and looked to curl it into the top corner, but not too much on it. It went behind. Infield again to Jonathan Hogg. Hogg into the feet of Forestieri, little back heel to Deeney. Forestieri again inside the box. Forestieri with a shot just wide. Wonderful football on the edge of the area that Forestieri burst into life, and his shot was a yard wide of the right-hand post. Abdi with the header away. Vydra's there on the edge of the Watford box, and a good first touch from Matej Vydra, and he looks to release Hayhoe. Can Hayhoe return the compliment towards Vydra? Pokes it forward. Vydra is onside. He's clean through on goal. Matej Vydra against Kenny. Vydra scores. Never in doubt. What a finish for Matej Vydra. Emphatic stuff. Great counter-attack from the Hornets. Hayhoe did great, and Matej Vydra scores his 6th of the season, and perhaps slightly against the run of play on 27 minutes. Watford take the lead here. Leeds United 0, Watford 1. Vydra hovers in support. Here is Matej Vydra. He's 20 yards out, leaves it for Abdi. Now Yates. Abdi again, who can advance towards the edge of the area. Twists and turns away from one challenge. Fires a shot in. Simple as you like. Makes it 2. And surely Watford have the point safe now. 2 goals ahead. Just after the hour mark against 9-man Leeds. Very simple when it came. A clinical finish from Almen Abdi. It's a Watford free kick. It's 2 yards outside the penalty area, more importantly. Yates is over it. Left-hand edge. Yates calls it in. What a goal from Mark Yates to celebrate his 50th Watford appearance. And Watford have a 3rd. And Mark Yates celebrates in front of these travelling Watford supporters. What a free kick that was. Paddy Kenny left the right side of his goal unguarded. Mark Yates said, "Thank you very much. I'll curl it into that top corner." No chance for the Leeds keeper. And Watford have a 3rd goal here against 9-man Leeds. Mark Yates is 1st of the season. Watford guilty though of playing themselves into a bit of trouble on the edge of their penalty area. Ekstrand in terrible trouble, and Ekstrand has given away a penalty. And they've only got themselves to blame there, Watford. Doyley and Ekstrand got in a horrible mix-up on the edge of their own box. Here comes Tong then, right-footed into the far corner. Good penalty from Michael Tong. Almunia went to go right, Tong went left into the top corner. Tong with the delivery. Almunia thought about coming, then didn't. It's headed away at the far post by Jonathan Hogg, and now Watford may break. Vydra can release Anya if he can stay onside. Anya is onside. Just can he play it back to Vydra? Vydra inside the box. Kenny throws him down, and Vydra makes it 4. Matej Vydra 1-on-1. There is surely no one better in this league. Matej Vydra with his 2nd goal of the afternoon. Leeds unhappy, they thought Anya was offside, but this time Ikechi Anya gets the final ball right. What a classy finish by Matej Vydra. Saw Paddy Kenny coming, and he just lifted it over him from 15 yards into the net. Leeds United 1, Watford 4. Just nods it back to Michael Tong under pressure from Murray. Tong's giving it to Cassetti. Cassetti can burst forward now for Watford. Cassetti attacking the edge of the area, leaves it for Murray. Murray on the edge of the D onto his right foot. Murray with the shot, makes it 5! Pinpoint accuracy for that boy, Sean Murray, his first of the season. He takes the applause of the Watford supporters, and Lloyd Doyley tries to wrestle him over and fails miserably. Well, that was a finish of some aplomb as well from Sean Murray. Another Watford breakaway, another Watford goal. Here's Yates, forward to Deeney. Deeney to Murray. Murray midway inside the Leeds half. He might fancy a second. Thought about the shot. He drifts round Tong. It's still Sean Murray. Leaves it for Deeney. He wants a goal. Deeney goes for the goal post. Deeney makes it 6. Well, that's a fine finish from Troy Deeney from 25 yards. He's the latest to take a bow in front of those travelling fans. And Watford do have 6. They have equalled that Millwall win. Deeney 22 yards out, took a touch, curled it around the defender, beats Kenny to his left-hand side this time, into the bottom corner. Leeds United 1, Watford 6. Stearman again, just inside the Watford half, closed down by Chalobah, drifts in towards the centre circle and then finds Saka, but he's giving it away to Deeney, and Deeney leaves it for Hogg, and Hogg perhaps could release Forestieri, just a little long there, Jonathan Hogg, but now Deeney takes over, charges towards the edge of the area. Troy Deeney, Forestieri, lovely 1-2, forces Deeney a little wide, but he can still cut it back, can he? No one there at the far post, it will come to Mark Yates. Yates with the shot, it's blocked by the defender, might come back to Yates again. He keeps it in by the byline. Can he get the crossing? Rolls it back. Pewter with the shot, way wide with his left foot, and it just wouldn't fall for Watford inside that penalty area, but just a glimpse there of Deeney and Forestieri teaming up, and Watford creating, well, a half chance and then perhaps a better chance for Pewter. Here's Forestieri looking to release Deeney, and Deeney's away here, and Troy Deeney edge of the area. Ikemi saves now. Deeney was being pulled back by the defender. It must be a red card. It is. Wolves are down to 10 men. Christophe Berra protests his innocence, but he was pulling him back. 0-0 here. Comes Saka with the corner. It's a deep one. It's far too deep from Roger Johnson, and now perhaps can Watford break, because Yates could release Forestieri, and he's played it into the Wolves half, and Forestieri's got Chalobah inside the penalty area. Can he see him? He rolls it across. Here's Chalobah, and he scores at the second attempt. Ikemi saved the first shot. Chalobah was there with the rebound, and Watford take the lead on the counter-attack, just like they did at Leeds last week. They've destroyed Wolves on the counter. Forestieri with the ball across the penalty area, right into the path of Chalobah. Ikemi saved his first shot. Chalobah touched it home from close range to give Watford the lead on 34.5 minutes. It is Watford 1, Wolves 0. Here's Hoban striding over the halfway line into the feet of Forestieri again. Forestieri's back by the halfway line, exchanges passes with Hogg and puts his foot on it, and then thinks about moving forward and finds Hogg, and Hogg can move it out to this right-hand side, and Cassetti. Hogg's made another run into the box, but Cassetti comes infield to Forestieri. Here's Hogg again, back to Forestieri. Well, they pinged it back at him, but Forestieri with some good close control. Now leaves it for Chalobah. They've got Yates as the spare man on the left-hand side. Here is Mark Yates. He can tack the edge of the area onto his left foot. Gets the cross in. It's headed away, though, by Stearman. Pewter's underneath it, nods it back to Chalobah. Chalobah is there. Chalobah with the shot, and it's just wide of the right-hand post. There came, he went full length. Not sure what he was getting there, but it just went the wrong side of the post from Watford's point of view. So 15 yards in from this right-hand touchline, teased in, but it's too much on it. Oh, it's beaten Almunia, it goes straight in. Mistake from Manuel Almunia, and Wolves are level. Bakary Sako scores from, 45 yards. Almunia could just get a hand to it, and Wolves are level here in bizarre circumstances. Forestieri on with the corner again. Wants to take it short and finds Yates edge of the penalty area. Yates takes a touch, whips it in. Deeney with the header, restores Watford's lead. Wolves were caught asleep there from the short corner. Gianfranco Zola does a little jig of delight in his technical area. Troy Deeney has his 4th of the season. Yates with the cross, Deeney with the header. Bjorn Ikemi into the far corner, and Watford are back in front here midway point of the second half. Watford 2, Wolves 1. 3 wins in 4 games had lifted Watford into the top half of the table, and full of confidence they raced into an early 2-goal lead at Blackpool. A great counter-attack that began with Almunia eventually saw Ikechianya sprint away to open the scoring. Midway through the half, Troy Deeney then doubled the lead from close range.
But Blackpool hit back after the break. Former Hornet Kevin Phillips halving the deficit after a game of pinball in the Watford area. And then Isaiah Osborne fired home a late equaliser. Hours later, Hillsborough was the destination for a tricky Tuesday night trip up the M1, and the Hornets were behind early on when Mikel Antonio burst through to score. Fernando Forestieri levelled things up with a fine strike to beat Chris Kirkland. But Wednesday should have gone ahead again. Almunia was equal to Chris Lynes' penalty. It was one-way traffic in the second half as Zola's men took charge. First, Alex Hayhoe nodded in a free kick. Then Troy Deeney scored just seconds after coming on as a substitute. Before Mark Yates completed a fine 4-1 win with a 20-yarder that arrowed into the top corner. Yates with the second Watford corner then from this near side on the left-hand side. It's an in-swinger. Deeney, couple of yards out, and Deeney scores with a glancing header and makes it 5 in 5 for Watford's number 9, and he celebrates his 100th Watford appearance by putting his side in front here. It's Basaki with it on this right-hand side in front of the small number of Barnsley fans, tucked away, hidden away from the cold up in the top of that Vicarage Road stand. It's towards the far post. Free header, which comes off the bar. Does Almunia get a touch to it? He does. Almunia touched it around the post. Craig Davis, I think, left all alone, 15 yards out, and steered his header towards the top corner, and Almunia is credited with a very good save.
Well, that Craig Davis getting a free header in Watford's box. It just ain't good enough from Watford defensively there. Craig Davis free header, and Almunia's done well to tip that round the corner.
Bazaki with the latest corner towards the near post. Another good save from Almunia, and another good save. Flick header at the near post from McNulty, well kept out by Almunia, and then the rebound at the far post, I think from Craney, and Almunia was back on his feet to tip it over the bar.
Well, that's brilliant save there from Almunia. Two brilliant saves. There was a flick header at the near post he saved, and straight away Craig Davis put it back. Brilliant save by Almunia, keeping the score 1-0.
Pudel with the throw into the penalty area, and Troy Deeney on the edge of the 6-yard box, but McNulty does well, nicks it away from Deeney, although Deeney's got back in goal. Got his body in the way of Cranian. Releases Yates. Yates inside the penalty area. Yates buried down the 6-yard box. Mark Yates makes it 2. Well, Barnsley just backed off and backed off and backed off. So Mark Yates kept going, and he got within 7 or 8 yards of the goal and slipped it under the goalkeeper's legs and body into the far corner. His third goal of the season, his second in 2 games, and that gives Watford some breathing space. Now Forestieri has dropped deep, works it out to the left-hand touchline, and Pudel once again. Pudel will find Chalobah back by the halfway line, clips it infield to Mark Yates, who controls it with his chin almost and does well to evade a challenge, and then looks to attack the edge of the area, finds Forestieri on the edge of the 18-yard box, held up by Craney, who's holding on to him, and the referee spots that, and Watford have a free kick which they want to take quickly. They'll take it quickly, and Deeney makes it 3! Forestieri really alert from the free kick, and Deeney as well. Played it into Deeney's feet on the edge of the D, who turned on a sixpence and drilled it to Luke Steele's right into the bottom corner. And Watford have a third here. It's a second of the afternoon for Troy Deeney.
Here's Vydra coming forward, just lays it back to Batokio, back again towards Vydra, it just is blocked, comes out to Batokio once again, Batokio trying to flick it forward to Vydra, Vydra inside the box, still Vydra, wrestled to the floor, penalty kick, as easy as you like, and as clear as day, and McNulty is complaining, but he more or less had the shirt off Vydra's back to make it 4-0 for Watford. Here comes Vydra, sends the keeper the wrong way, it's a 4th goal for Watford. It's Matej Vydra's 8th goal of the season. He draws level with Troy Deeney, 8 apiece, for the strikers. Vydra winning the penalty, wrestled to the floor by McNulty and calmly dispatching it past Steele. Flicked on now towards Tudgai. Busaki then plays it forward once again, but Ekstrand's there, but he's given it straight to Tudgai. Tudgai inside the box, and Tudgai scores. Pulls one back for Barnsley. Marcus Tudgai pulls one back with the last kick of the game.
Watford's 7-match unbeaten run came to an end at the hands of Steve Bruce's high-flying Hull City. The Tigers went in front just before half-time when Corey Evans struck the bar and David Mailer, on loan from Sunderland, nodded in the rebound. The lead was doubled in fine style when Robbie Brady curled home a free kick in the second half. Troy Deeney grabbed a late consolation as he got on the scoresheet for the 6th league game running. Despite the defeat, the Hornets remained in 6th place as they headed north to Turf Moor to face former manager Sean Dyche. Nathaniel Chalobah celebrated his 18th birthday by opening the scoring. Fitzhall's cross fell invitingly for the teenager to volley home. Head coach Zola keen to lead the congratulations. But the advantage was short-lived as Almen Abdi was adjudged to have shoved Dean Marnie in the box. And Charlie Austin stepped up to equalise from the penalty spot. In the second half, Joel Ekstrand came agonisingly close to a spectacular winner. The spoils were shared with the Hornets' former boss.
Looks for Deeney. Lucy's there. Vydra though with a great touch finds Abdi. Abdi 25 yards up. Abdi bursting into the box. Lays it off for Vydra. Vydra to shoot. Vydra to score. Matej Vydra puts Watford in front just ahead of the quarter of an hour mark.
That strike from Vydra was the start of his scoring spree that continued into the new year. And Forest's day went from bad to worse. Daniel Ayala was sent off for a second bookable offence and the Hornets took full advantage.
Here's Chalobah now for Watford, but it may change Forest's approach, and that, well, will that help Watford? We shall see. Here's Abdi coming forward, threads it forward to Vydra. Vydra clean through, 2-0 to Watford, and it may be no way back for Forest now.
It could have been more in the second half. Daniel Pudel went close. And Troy Deeney was denied by Camp late on. Playoff rivals Brighton were the final opponents of 2012 as two old friends went head-to-head in front of the Sky cameras at the Amex Stadium. It was Gianfranco Zola who ended the night still smiling.
In the last game that they played just before Christmas, they were 2-0 down, had to come back, save it against Millwall. Here's Luar, oh, a slip from Orlandi, and it's over. Brighton's best move of the match.
Oh, what a chance. There's a really crucial slip, and that's why it's a night for attackers for me. Great movement from Luar, he picks the pass, and then Mikhail Smith goes over.
Chalobah. Pudel. Chalobah. Vydra, Deeney, Chalobah, brought down.
Well, the referee, yeah, he could pull that back, you know. There's no advantage gained. The referee is perfectly entitled. But let's admire the football, the passing, the movement. It's absolutely wonderful. El Abd again it is, you know. It's Adam El Abd. Or is it Bruno? I beg your pardon, but that's a foul. There's no question that's a foul. Hogg gets the shot away, but there's no advantage.
Vydra. Chalobah. Vydra! Kuszczak tips it around the post.
Well, right there, that piece of football. That's why I'm saying Watford just look that little bit sharper going forward. This is wonderful interplay. Vydra, Chalobah again. Vydra gets the strike. It's going in the corner. And Thomas Kuszczak gets to stretch. Gets a really important finger on that to turn it round. But wonderful football.
Good cut. Didn't get enough on that as he would have wanted. Chalobah. Deeney!
That's the big one. That's the big chance he's been waiting for. He loves it when those crosses come in. Always gets himself into an area where he can get on the end of one, and he did. He's ahead of Andrew Crofts. I mean, that's a mismatch. What Andrew Crofts is doing, marking Troy Deeney, I don't know, but that's the chance of the half.
Electric burst forward from Vydra, which has opened up space for Deeney, and Watford lead. The man in form makes his mark.
Well, isn't that the difference? You know, you look at Craig McHale-Smith in Brighton's colours, their top scorer. I'm not sure he's had a sniff of the goal-scoring chance. They've gone to his teammates, but the two forward players of Watford had opportunities. I mean, Bruno takes a gamble. He leaves his position there at right back. And the ball, it all opens up, doesn't it? Allows Watford to surge in. Clever, intelligent movement from Troy Deeney. Just drifts off the shoulder of El Abd. And then he does what every good striker would do in this position. Hard and low. Has to hit the ball hard and low. Does. Under the defender and through the goalkeeper. And Watford have got their lead, and I think it's just about deserved.
Charlton, the next test for Watford, by the way, on New Year's Day. After that, they've got an interesting looking cut tie. They go to Manchester City. Just going to see how this impressive young Watford side shape up against the champions of the land.
They may be asked different questions.
Oh, and that could well be a penalty. It is. A rush of blood to the head for young Tommy Hoban. He fouls Loire. And Brighton have a route back into the match.
Well, I blame the goalkeeper. It's my first impression. I think Manuel Almunia has to gather this. Has to gather that. There's no reason for him not to keep a hold of that. And then it's a case of a defender thinking he's going to play the ball, a striker nipping in front of him, and contact, and over he goes. The referee spots it. They've not done well, have they, Brighton, from the penalty spot this season?
Having said that, this fella did score in the last match here against Millwall from the spot. The Spaniard, David Lopez, fires past his compatriot and gets Brighton back in business. Chalobah, Vydra, deflection and over. It's another goal for Matej Vydra, but it needed a big slice of luck to take it beyond Thomas Kuszczak and give Watford the lead again.
Well, there's a couple of really sloppy pieces of play from Brighton here. Number one, how Chalobah finds that much space in the middle of the pitch, I don't know. And then Vydra simply has to be closed down. But look, Chalobah, acres of space. Nobody closing him down. And look at the space that then Vydra has got. It's El Abd, doesn't come out to meet him. Backs off, and eventually hangs a leg out, and it loops the ball over an absolutely helpless Thomas Kuszczak. But had El Abd gone quicker to engage Vydra, that would not happen. Poor pieces of defending, not one, but two. That is costly.
And it's always pleasing for a manager when your two strikers get on the score sheet, and that's what's happened. Troy Deeney and Matej Vydra, both in the second half. Back come Brighton. Hoban met it with his head. Here's McHale-Smith. Just wouldn't fall for him in time. Deeney. Now look at the pace of Vydra. He's too quick for everyone here. He's through. Matej Vydra. Beautiful goal. Fine finish. Pace, precision,
pretty much perfect scoreline for Watford, who lead 3-1.
Well, it came from an absolutely brilliant Brighton cross that was headed clear, and then it was clinical. It was counter-attacking football, as good as you'll see it. You know what? If you were watching Real Madrid or Barcelona score this goal, you'd be waxing lyrical. Look at this, clinical, played in. Deeney does brilliant, and he knows his strike partner has got the legs on any defence in this league. He advances clear. He's still got a bit of work to do, hasn't he? Wonderful pass, wonderful pace, but this is the icing on the cake. A truly emphatic finish, hard, low, across Thomas Kuziak. No chance for the keeper, and an absolutely stunning goal. And now, 2-goal cushion. It's a long way back for Brighton now.
Watford came quickly back down to earth with a bump at home to Charlton on New Year's Day. They started well enough. Daniel Pudel driving in after Hayhoe's shot was parried early on. But the Addicts were in front by half-time, as first a corner bounced in off Tommy Hoban for an own goal. And then Jan Kermorgant headed in a few minutes later. Topsy-turvy game turned back in the Hornets' favour straight after half-time, as first Fernando Forestieri was fouled in the box. And Almen Abdi equalised from the spot. And then Forestieri released Hayhoe to put his side back in front. Chris Powell's side bounced back again. Good work from Fuller set up Kermorgant to equalise from close range. And then captain Johnny Jackson headed in the winner 12 minutes from time. A 4-3 home defeat wasn't the ideal preparation for the mouth-watering FA Cup trip to Premier League champions Manchester City on third round day. Watford's wall creeps forward. It's about 6 yards away from the ball.
Tevez with a shot. Jonathan Bond never saw it, and City take the lead now. What a strike from Carlos Tevez. Real quality there from the Argentine. To the left of Bond, into the far corner, and Manchester City take the lead here on 24 minutes.
Manchester City 1, Watford 0. And on the balance of the play, they deserve it.
Watford will be disappointed they haven't made the most of a couple of breakaways. But here's one of Forestieri, clean through from Vydra. Forestieri into the area, can he equalise? And Tillemont makes the save down to his left. What a chance for Watford that was to hit back straight away. And Gianfranco Zola can't believe it. Well, if only the roles were reversed, if only Forestieri had released Vydra, we know what would have happened then.
Here is Tevez, 40 yards out. Sprays it to Milner. Milner again, right-hand side to Zabaleta, causing all the problems. Zabaleta crosses in, edge of the penalty area. Here's David Silva. Silva, left-footed strike. That was going close as well. It was blocked, and it's going to be a corner kick. That seemed to be heading towards the top right-hand corner. It's with Tevez, the goal scorer. Tevez to Silva. Silva just using that quick footwork of his, playing a ball into the penalty area. In comes a cross. The chance here is 2-0, and Manchester City have scored through the midfielder Gareth Barry. Well worked goal. Silva involved. Cross came in from the left-hand side. Gareth Barry with a header downwards past goalkeeper Jonathan Bond. Manchester City 2, Watford 0.
Here's Vydra, forward to Deeney, back to Vydra again. Vydra attacking the edge of the area. Vydra onto his right foot, gets the shot in, takes the deflection, a la Brighton last week, but that takes it over the bar. Watford have their first corner of the afternoon.
Clichy's won the ball back. In comes Clichy's cross, headed away by the Watford's defence and Lloyd Doyley. Here's Mario Balotelli turning and shooting first time. Good save from the goalkeeper. The follow-up is wide as well. The flag was up in any case. Balotelli's would have counted, but Tevez wouldn't. Here is Balotelli, 25 yards out. Balotelli onto his left foot, shoots. Good save from the goalkeeper. Followed up though and scored. And it's Lopez who's tucked it away, the substitute. Balotelli set it up. It's cruel actually on Jonathan Bond because it was a brilliant save down to his right-hand side, but Lopez was there to tuck it away. This game is finished. It's Manchester City 3, Watford 0.
Now McEachran, Donald, Jutkiewicz to the left, Ledesma to the right. McDonald goes for the shot and it just seemed to move as it was going towards Almunia. And Almunia just slightly readjusted his position to make sure that he got in the way of the swinging shot. Here's Jutkiewicz. Ledesma, good attempt, good save. Best save of the contest. Almunia denying Ledesma. It was arrowing towards that corner, and Almunia dealt with it well. Tokyo, Deeney. 1 minute of added time. Doyley. Yes, they worked. He set his ball in, and oh, it's a poor back pass. Oh, it's a gift. Vydra turns away in absolute delight, and Williams turns away in absolute horror. Well, he was just trying to guide it back to his goalkeeper, and it's straight into the path of Watford's top scorer, and he could not miss. Here's Abdi. And Vydra's come from nowhere, and good goalkeeping. Terrific burst forward by Vydra. One of those classic counter-attacks that have become Watford's trademark this campaign. The ability to go from defence into attack with the pace of Vydra. And it's a good save by Jason Steele. Watford have been keeping them at arm's length for such a long time, and on the counter-attack they've been devastating, and Abdi plays in Vydra to finish it. So incisive, so quick, and so devastating. From one end of the field to the other, classic Watford. Abdi, and then Vydra. And Watford are heading for yet another successful away day. And Eustace. And Vydra's looking for a hat-trick here. Vydra to make it 3. Oh, he's missed it. Well, the match ball was on his way to his mantelpiece. He looked up, the ball was perfect, and Vydra bent it round him, round the post. Here's Deeney. Still going, Deeney! Jason Steele has made a number of fine saves today, and this the latest of them to stop Deeney. Reach. Oh, it'll be a consolation.
Snow threatened the home game with Huddersfield, but Hornets fans came down to Vicarage Road and cleared the stadium so the game could go ahead. The team repaid their efforts with a thumping win. Vydra fouled just on half-time to win a penalty.
Troy Deeney will shoot and score to the left-hand side. Troy Deeney.
Cushions the ball back to Cassetti, then whips it in left-footed, looking for Vydra, who gets a touch on it, and the goalkeeper can't keep it out, and Watford do have their second goal.
Here's Deeney, who controls the ball nicely, feeds it into Vydra. Vydra forward now and shoots and scores! A second for Vydra, who's been the best player on the park, and he gets number 16 for the season.
Now Cassetti on the halfway line, plays it infield, but Tokyo and Abdi exchange passes on the edge of the centre circle. Here's Almen Abdi once more. Little flick from Forestieri to release Cassetti, level with the edge of the area, ball into the box, Tokyo's there! And a wonderful touch from Christian Tokyo to finish off a wonderful Watford goal.
Cassetti with a throw, finds Chalobah, who gets lucky off a little rebound, and he can take it into Deeney again. Deeney inside the box, can he cut it back for Vydra? Here is Matej Vydra, who scores and puts Watford ahead. Simple as you like, from 8 yards. It's goal number 17 of the season for Matej Vydra. Got a little lucky there, Mamal Almunia. Now poor play from Yara because Tokyo was intercepted and he's kept the ball in on this left-hand side. Vydra finds Pudel, now Chalobah, midway inside the Watford half, looks to release Deeney, who's onside, so is Vydra. Vydra is clean through here inside the box. Can he play Deeney in? He can, and Deeney makes it 2! Another counter-attacking goal! A counter-attacking masterclass from Gianfranco Zola's side. Poor header away from Collins, and that finds Tokyo, and Abdi is now released Vydra inside the box. Vydra is up the goalkeeper, it's 3! What a finish for Matej Vydra, and a little dance of delight from Gianfranco Zola in the technical area. He's got 2 again as Vydra, and Watford have 3, and what a finish that was.
After their original trip had been postponed on Boxing Day, the Hornets headed west to Bristol City at the end of January with a chance to go second. A much changed team missed early chances against the bottom side and paid a heavy price. Greg Cunningham's cross evaded everyone to give the Robins the lead just before half-time. And Paul Anderson made it 2-0 midway through the second half. That's the end of part 2 of our season review. Join us for part 3 shortly. Welcome back to part 3 of our 2012-13 season review here on Hornets Player. We rejoin the story at the beginning of February. February began with Watford in 4th place as they entertained Bolton at Vicarage Road. They fell behind when the visitors were awarded a penalty. And former Hornet Marvin Sordell scored from the spot. Vydra soon levelled things up before half-time with another clinical finish. That made it 19 for the season for the young Czech striker. Manuel Almunia kept the scores level when he kept out Jay Spearing's long-range effort, before Vydra turned provider to set up the winner for Almen Abdi. Next up was a televised Friday night clash with high-flying and in-form Crystal Palace.
Poodle. For the more patient build-up, and that's a good low tester, which is pretty well dealt with. It came from Almen Abdi.
Well, that's the perfect adjective. It really is, tester. Because this was really fizzed in from Abdi. Just pick up these intelligent positions. Finds space very, very well. Powerful shot. And Speroni has to deal with it and get it round the post. And doesn't he just do that, the goalkeeper?
So short, and here's Cassetti, one of the more experienced of the army of loanees here at Vicarage Road. Richards, an unconvincing clearance, straight to Almen Abdi, still going, and picking out the bottom corner with a beautiful strike. Inside 6 minutes, Watford lead.
Well, we highlighted Vydra, we highlighted Deeney. We should have kept a mention back for Abdi, goal number 8 in the N-Power Championship. When you've got a goal-scoring midfielder, does not help the cause, doesn't it? And it's a shame, really, because Richards covered really well, but then his clearance was poor. Straight to Abdi. Doucouré has to do better here. Abdi gets inside him way too easily, and then he's got an opportunity to bend the ball into the far corner. I think Speroni may have been a little bit unsighted, but take nothing away. Abdi passes the ball beautifully into the corner of the net, and Watford have got their noses in front.
Bobby. Well, he had a little question for Almunia there.
Well, just on the opening 6-7 minutes, I don't think we've seen the last of the goals either, because Crystal Palace will have a right go. And Stephen Dobby, they have got a player, proven quality at this level, brings a good save from Almunia.
Beware the former player, Fitzhall among those who's come up. A glance away by Balassi. Vydra. Now here is Hall. Cassetti! And followed in. It will stand. It's Chalobah who doubles Watford's lead, and we still haven't played quarter of an hour.
Well, once again, I don't think Ian Holloway is going to be overly happy with his team's defending here. It is slack. It's a corner that gets partially cleared, and they don't deal with a second phase, Crystal Palace. They get the ball away partially. Vydra strikes, and once it drops there, they don't regroup, really, and Cassetti smashes the ball into the ground. Of course, he doesn't mean to do it, but not one but two Watford players onto the loose ball. And Chalobah is the first to react. It's a fairly simple header at the end of it. And he gets his reward for good anticipation, good endeavour, and a 2-goal lead. And it's a long way back for Ian Holloway's team from here.
Open. Abdi finding space. Up through the gears he goes. Cassetti in support.
Vydra making the run, but not quite getting the contact he was looking for.
Well, he certainly looked as if he jumped high enough. And for me, it goes down as a glaring miss for somebody in his form. Wonderful play to get the ball out wide. That's as good a cross as you're going to get. He's just trying to glance it into the corner when all he really has to do is meet it with a full forehead. And he scores. I don't think Cassetti appreciated the fact that he missed that, did he?
No, he didn't. Dobby. This is better, Dobby. Side netting.
Well, Ian Holloway, big round of applause for his team for that. Much, much more like the kind of football he wants his team to play. Murray drives inside, lovely touch from Zaha. And Dobby nearly catches Almunia out. Can't quite hit the target. Lots of power in the strike. But much, much better from Crystal Palace.
Dobby's corner. Scramble on the line. Almunia can't get that. It's followed in, and it will count. Peter Ramage claiming it. In the big picture, all it means is that Crystal Palace are right back in this one. Poodle got forward into space as well. Leaves a bit of room for Zaha to play with. Too strong for Forestieri. Richards, Phillips! They've done it! Kevin Phillips deciding not to celebrate against his former club, but he's about the only one associated with Crystal Palace who isn't.
Now Cassetti, 5 yards inside the Watford half. Leaves it for Patokio. Here go the runners, and he's looking for Vydra around the back of Davies, who heads it away. Chalobah will get there ahead of Robinson. And he'll turn it into the path of Anya, right-hand edge of the area. Anya with the cross. Deeney with the header. There's the goal! Watford have it! And it's Troy Deeney, the Birmingham fan, who puts Watford ahead at St Andrews in front of his beloved home supporters. The team he supported as a boy. And now Murillo just rolls an underarm out to Nathaniel Chalobah, and Watford will start again, and he'll look to release Anya, and Anya is onside. Robinson tried to play offside, and here come Watford again. Deeney wants it on the edge of the box. Anya, little step over, just waiting for some support. Goes on the outside of Robinson, fires the shot in, and is it gone in? It has! Bala can't keep it out, and Watford have a second. Akechi Anya on his return to the first team beats Balland at his near post, and Watford have a second 2 minutes before half-time. Paul Robinson barges towards the edge there, but he gives it away to Chalobah, and Chalobah has released Vydra, and it's 2 against 2. Watford have plenty of men in support as well. He's got Anya outside him. He plays Anya inside the box. Can he finish towards Deeney? Deeney makes it 3! Oh. What a break from Watford. There's the counter-attack that has served Watford so well this season, and they've been devastating again. Chalobah on the edge of his own box, breaking the Birmingham attack up, releasing Vydra, who took his time, and Anya, unselfish, could have gone for goal, but played in Troy Deeney for his second of the afternoon. Watford 3 goals to the good here, 3-0 ahead, 2 for Deeney, 1 for Anya. And heading towards their 9th away win of the season. Now looking for a 4th goal as Patokio has dropped it over the back of Caldwell. Can't quite find Deeney, but Abdi will retrieve it on the edge of the area. Here's Almen Abdi onto his right foot, fires the shot in, it takes the deflection, and Patokio's there, Balland saves, Abdi with the shot, it's 4! Almen Abdi scores for the 3rd game running, and that completes the rout here at St Andrews. Makes a run down the left-hand side and collects it and turns it inside to Deeney inside the box. Deeney will leave it for Anya. Anya to Bennett towards the far corner. There's the goal. Akechi Anya scores for the 2nd game running. Here's Chalobah. Good ball into the feet of Forestieri. Pops it off to Abdi. Abdi 25 yards out. Into Chalobah inside the box. Chalobah to finish. There's the 2nd goal. There's the devastating counter. And how did Watford need that? Wonderful football on the edge of the area from Forestieri and then Abdi. And Chalobah supplies the finish. And Watford double their lead here at Portman Road. The Hornets made it 3 wins in a week with a hard-fought success over Derby at the end of February. They had an early let-off when Jamie Ward blazed wide after holding off Joel Ekstrand. But the Hornets were soon in front as Vydra advanced to the edge of the area before firing in off the post. It was goal number 20 for the 20-year-old number 20. Extra and bundled in the second after half-time from a corner, and Watford looked comfortable. But an apparent shove on Keogh in the box gave Ward the chance to beat substitute goalkeeper Jonathan Bond from the penalty spot. Watford held on though for their 7th win in 9 games and moved into the top 2 for the first time.
Abdi looking to pull it across here and pulls it across the front of the goalkeeper.
I think that's a poor option, I really do. It's going to take something spectacular. It's a really clever run and a really clever turn, but now he has to be trying to pick out a teammate in the middle. Saw 2 teammates there. There was a third on the edge of the box.
Here's Cassetti. Henry in the way, but Vydra showing plenty of determination to try and win it back. And that's a poor clearance and an opportunity that left Akemi stranded as Batokio struck it.
Well, how often do you see it? Teams that are down at the bottom, this kind of a deflection, they give the ball away cheaply. Look at the deflection, could have took the ball spinning into the corner. You see it a lot when teams are struggling down the bottom.
By Doyle to Saka. That's come across to this side, but it's fallen for Doyle! And it's back to Sigurdarsson! Terrific double save! Sigurdarsson back in once more, and this time Noseworthy gets in front of the goalkeeper to protect him, but when he was left exposed, Bond was equal to the challenge. And he comes and claims that one as well.
Well, these are the important moments, aren't they, when you're down the bottom, taking your chances. I saw Ebanks-Blake miss one. That's a decent save, but that is the chance there. Sigurdarsson, Doyle does all he can, he hits the target. Bond might have been disappointed with his first block. It fell to Sigurdarsson, but my word, didn't he redeem himself? He got up really quickly, the goalkeeper.
It's Abdi! It's a stunning goal! Into double figures this season for Almen Abdi. Watford on the march again, and the problems continue to pile up for Wolves.
Well, we picked him out before the game, didn't we? This is the reason why. Very, very impressive striker of a ball. That's a cultured effort. Hasn't gone for power. He's been able to lift that up over the wall and bend it away from Carly Keem. It's a wonderful free kick. And I don't think anybody can truly doubt that Watford deserve their lead.
Vydra tries to help it through. Away by Doherty, but straight to Anya. Now Batokio as Watford keep up the pressure. And he tests Akemi, who reacts well to save.
Wow, what a strike. And Batokio, this has got a lot of dip on it. Carly Keem has to watch it and has to help it on its way. That's a wonderful strike at goal. An equally good save.
Here's Ebanks-Blake. Doyle trying to keep him isolated out there, and he did well! Sigurdarsson producing the save, and the follow-up is wide. Tokyo with a header, and Deeney could be through here for Watford. It's Forestieri! And he's missed a great chance to settle it once and for all.
Well, that's 2 big chances now. And yet, about 15-20 minutes ago, and now Forestieri. Deeney again does really well. He's a very unselfish player, and Forestieri really has got no excuse for not hitting the target there. Leaning back.
Doherty launching it in long, and Saka has rescued it! Wolves having to defending depth to see it out and get the point now as Lloyd Doyley looks for a way through. And Deeney takes a strike. Forestieri misses from close range. What a chance to win it for Watford.
Well, one of the coaches on the Watford bench has just slammed his water bottle into the ground because it's another one, isn't it, from Forestieri. He really rushes it, snatches at the chance, and it's a horrible attempt.
There seems to be quite a few people still coming into Vicarage Road. Lots of traffic problems with that crash on the A41, but it's to say that the Rookery stand has filled up considerably in the last 15 minutes or so. Pudel flicking the ball onto Deeney. Deeney has skipped away from Lera. Deeney to attack the edge of the area, onto his right foot, goes for the far corner, it's just wide. He had options to his right, but I think was quite entitled to go it alone. Tried to bend it round Chris Kirkland. Bond's clearance, Deeney chests it down but can't find Hogg, and Antonio will skip away and he'll run it extra, and Deeney is trying to get back goal side. Antonio does get the cross in onto the chest of Wickham. Can he turn? Gets the shot in. Great save from Jonathan Bond to tip the ball over the crossbar. Well, we saw how acrobatic Jonathan Bond can be on Friday night at Wolves, and he had to be at his best there to keep out Connor Wickham. It's a Wednesday corner. And here's Hogg just inside his own half now for Watford, moving into the centre circle, closed down by Kokum. Leaves a poor ball, can't find Cassetti, and Elan will run at him, but he's beyond Marco Cassetti. There's a shout of handball, but Elan continues. Cassetti continues his one back and plays it into trouble to Jonathan Bond, who's lost out, and Sheffield Wednesday take the lead in bizarre circumstances. It's Mikel Antonio who's tackled Jonathan Bond inside his 6-yard box. Lera stands almost rugby style, up he comes, left-footed, it's towards the top corner. It's another great save from Bond, but the rebound is kept out somehow. A double save from Bond. I think it's Ekstrand on the goal line, somehow keeps out the rebound. He goes back towards the halfway line, Cassetti. Now Batokio finds Vydra. A little bit of space on the edge of the area, just tried to, little dummy I think, Matej Vydra, and it didn't come off. So Watford win it back through Hogg, and here's Anya to run at Pugh. Can he get round him? Yes, he can, and he gets the cross in. It's too high for Deeney. Pudle's there. Great save, Kirkland this time to tip it over the bar. Pudel coming in on the corner point of the 6-yard box, met it on the half volley. Good connection, but a good save as well from Chris Kirkland. 7 minutes in of the second period. Abdi with the corner again. It's low towards League post. Cassetti touching on, and it's poked home over the line by Fernando Forestieri, who sprints away to the corner flag in front of the lower row stand and boots the corner flag into the stand to celebrate with the Watford fans. But Anya is there, and that's really good defending from Akechi Anya under pressure from Connor Wickham over on the right hand side in the right back position to clear over the halfway line. It bounces over Pugh, and Deeney can get there ahead of Gardner. He'll look to run Anthony Gardner down to the corner flag on the right hand side, trying to wriggle around and gets the cross in. It's too high for Vydra, but it'll come to Forestieri on the edge of the box. Forestieri with the shot, and it's in! What a turnaround here at Vicarage Road! And it's Fernando Forestieri who celebrates inside the 6-yard box. He's got 2 in 17.5 minutes since coming on as a half-time substitute. It will be a throw-in for Wednesday, which Johnson takes quickly infield to Semedo. Semedo just lobs the ball into the box, and Lita's there at the far post, hits it back across goal, and it's another brilliant save from Jonathan Bond. Watford suffered a double injury blow before the visit of Blackpool, as Nathaniel Chalobah and Almen Abdi both joined Manuel Almunia on the sidelines. The Hornets started well enough, Troy Deeney setting up Christian Batokio to give Zola's side the lead. Jonathan Bond once again demonstrated his dexterity to keep out Matt Darbish's header to keep his side in front at half-time. Matthew Briggs then missed a great chance to make it 2-0, glancing wide after Deeney had flicked on Anya's cross. Blackpool then hit back. First, Tom Ince slotting home from close range after good work from Ferguson and Craney.
Then Gary Mackenzie bundled in the late corner in front of the Rookery to knock Watford out of second place. Another defeat followed against a Barnsley side that were scrapping for survival at the wrong end of the table. Bond denied Jason Scotland early on as the home side dominated. But Watford's young keeper was powerless when Bobby Hassel rose unchallenged to head home the only goal of the game before half-time. The closest the Hornets came to salvaging anything from a disappointing afternoon was when Vydra's volley was saved. Sean Dyche made his first return to Vicarage Road on Good Friday. His march ended with Watford and Burnley sharing 6 goals. There was less than a minute on the clock when Charlie Austin put Burnley ahead. But Troy Deeney quickly equalised with a cracking strike from the edge of the area. Burnley went ahead again when Cassetti fouled Kacaniklic. And Austin scored his second from the spot. Five minutes later, and Watford were level again when Fernando Forestieri engineered some space in the penalty area to fire into the corner. The Argentine-born striker looked to have won it 18 minutes from time when he curled in the Hornets' third past Grant. But in stoppage time, Sam Vokes nipped in front of Briggs to smash home an equaliser. That's the end of part 3. Join us shortly for part 4 and the dramatic climax to the Championship season. Welcome back to the final part of our 2012-13 season review here on Hornets Player. Relive all the drama of the final few weeks of the league campaign. The Hornets were trailing Hull by 4 points in the race for second place as they travelled to the KC Stadium at the beginning of April. It wasn't quite win or bust for Gianfranco Zola's men, but defeat wasn't an option.
El Mohammadi tries to curl the ball forward for Gado, but it's headed away by Ekstrand, and Chalobah's found Vydra, and Vydra can turn, and he'll play it towards Abdi. Abdi's eased away from one defender, and then Deeney tries to shot, and finds the top corner! What a goal from Troy Deeney! And the Hornets take the lead here! What a goal from their captain for the night! What a strike that is! And how will that affect the promotion race? The Hornets strike first at the KC Stadium, and in some style too. Troy Deeney, 16th of the season, into the top corner. Hull City 0, Watford 1. Brady curls it towards the far post. Faye wins the header, but he can't head it back into the box, although Simpson keeps it in down by the corner flag over on the right-hand side. It's done really well there, Jay Simpson, and El Mohammadi will get the cross in towards the far post. Ekstrand back-pedalling, it's headed down. Boyd with the shot, great save from Bond.
What an absolutely magnificent
brilliant save. Well,
brilliant save.
That's just as important as the goal at the other end. That was point-blank range. I think it was George Boyd who was poised to score, and Bond somehow managed to turn it over the crossbar. Now Bruce
Plays it into the feet of Simpson on the edge of the box, looks to turn away from Ekstrand. He's into the box, gets a shot in right-footed, and Bond gets it round the post somehow. Yeah. Well, he went down to try and parry it on with his right hand, and it looked as if it had bounced over him and in, but somehow he smuddled it round the post. Corrin on the edge of the box, fires a shot in, Bond parries, not a good save, and Doyley is first to the follow-up and thumps it away to safety.
Another fantastic save from Jonathan Bond there, you know, for a number 2 goalkeeper, you know, he's had a decent game so far today. Let's hope he can continue to do that, or better still, hope he never has to make another save.
Now into the feet of Vydra. Finds Abdi, back to Vydra again to attack the edge of the area. Vydra plays it into Deeney. Deeney on the edge of the area. Deeney with the shot. Saved by Stockdale. Great save from Stockdale. And Abdi heads it back into the area. It comes to Potocchio on the volley. His volley is blocked. Vydra there on the edge of the box wins it back and pokes it out of the penalty area to Potocchio. Well, great save from Stockdale. It was a strong arm at the near post to deny Troy Deeney. Great football again from the Hornets in and around the edge of the penalty area. They came alive there. Big week ended with the visit of league leaders Cardiff in the Saturday tea time kickoff. Watford were again 4 points off second place, as Hull had already beaten Middlesbrough earlier in the day.
Through here, and Almunia gets the block. It might have taken a nick on its way through.
Yeah, big moment. Matthew Briggs again down this left-hand side. Sloppy defending.
They're playing with an air of authority at the moment, Cardiff, but Watford side on the counter. This is Anya. Plenty of options. Oh, Vydra's arriving. Important header that by McNaughton.
Oh, that is outstanding defending at the far post. And he does well, and this all comes about from a Cardiff attack. They break it up, Watford, and they go straight down the other end. Great ball to the far post. Even better defending from Kevin McNaughton. He uses all his experience to make sure he's going to win that header.
Yeah, well done, the early substitute. Abdi takes charge at set pieces. Oh, and somehow it stayed out. Cannon back off margin, not entirely sure how much he knew about that. Turner hoping to complete the job, but you don't get much let up when Troy Deeney's around. Abdi does well. Here's Potocchio for Watford. Let fly. Had Marshall worried.
Good strike from distance, and that's what Cardiff are forcing Watford to try and do. Rob Jordan much there. Hands at Potocchio. Really good strike, just doesn't get the curl on the ball that he's after, and you can see, even had it been on target, he'd have fancied David Marshall to save that.
Abdi. Clever touch. Oh, McNaughton, that's a painful one for him. They've lost one right back already. Here's Briggs. Well, McNaughton will get himself to his feet. Vydra coming in. It's Deeney!
Well, in good goal-scoring form, isn't he? Would have fancied his chances. Here's the challenge. The referee gets that right. It's firm but fair. And then Briggs picks out Vydra at the far post. Rises really early, knocks it down. And Deeney doesn't do well enough.
Cassetti does guide the header on. Ekstrand. He's dug out a useful looking cross. Oh, Deeney is denied by the brilliance of Marshall.
Well, what a save this is. To talk about fingertips, I mean, Ekstrand does fantastically well. That's a great ball in, but Deeney, his header matches the quality of the cross. He gets the perfect direction on it, but how about that? That is goalkeeping at the top drawer.
It was an off-the-ball incident that led to one of the Watford red cards down at Cardiff back in the autumn. Forestieri! Oh, he really got hold of that.
Well, that's what you call ferocity. The only thing wrong with it was that he just couldn't keep it down, but he dumps that ball so hard. That would have took the back of the net off. But it was always rising. Abdi, good chest control. It's a super strike, but you can see, foot too high.
The first of two consecutive away trips to relegation-threatened sides saw Watford travel to Peterborough before heading to beaten FA Cup semi-finalist Millwall 3 days later. Posh swept the Hornets aside in the rain at London Road to leave nearly 4,000 travelling fans disappointed. Danny Swanson put Darren Ferguson's side ahead in the first half. And then the lively Dwight Gale made it 2 just after the hour. It went from bad to worse for Watford as Marco Cassetti was then sent off for a professional foul. And Lee Tomlin curled in the resulting free kick. Late strikes from first Mark Yates, his free kick deflecting in past the keeper. And then Fernando Forestieri, with the aid of another deflection, were too little too late, and the Hornets slipped 6 points behind Hull. Watford dominated at the Den, but couldn't find the all-important goal against Millwall. Nathaniel Chalobah released Troy Deeney, but his shot was kept out by David Ford. Then Chalobah released Mark Yates, but he couldn't get enough power on his effort, which allowed Ford to save again. The Hornets kept up the pressure after half-time, but Matej Vydra's lean spell continued as he couldn't beat Ford. And then Kenny Jackett's men provided the sucker punch. When Almunia parried James Henry's shot, Sean Batt tucked home a late winner to all but end Watford's automatic promotion hopes. Here's Forestieri into the feet of Deeney, edge of the box. Deeney onto his right foot, gets the shot in, finds the bottom corner, and that's the goal that Watford have been so desperate for. And it's provided by that man again, Troy Deeney, who took a touch on the edge of the 18-yard box, got it out of his feet, and fired it into the bottom corner beyond Sandomierski. And Watford take the lead here, and could the race for second place still be on? Watford 1, Blackburn Rovers 0. And he'll play it infield now to Fernando Forestieri, edge of the centre circle. Took a touch and eased himself away from David Jones. And
now attacks the edge of the box and he looks to find Deeney. Deeney's inside the area and Deeney makes it two! Brilliant football from Fernando Forestieri to set up Troy Deeney again, and Watford double their lead. His 18th strike of the season. He held off the defender and flicked it past the onrushing Sandomierski. And a finish of some aplomb from Troy Deeney. And now there's some breathing space for the Hornets. Watford 2, Blackburn Rovers 0. And Forestieri can now run at Kane, maybe. Who's he going to set up? He finds Abdi inside the box. There's no flag. Abdi with a little step over, gets the shot in, makes it 3. Oh, so far too easy for Watford there inside the penalty area. Almen Abdi, bloodied but not bowed. Cotton wool up his nostrils, but that didn't stop him from firing the ball into the roof of the net beyond Sandomierski from close range. Forestieri instrumental again, and Watford have a third here, and Blackburn are crumbling. It is Watford 3, an 11th goal of the season for Almen Abdi. Blackburn Rovers 0. Abdi with Watford's 9th Watford corner. It's hung out. Hogg rises, wrecking, heads it away. It will come to Briggs, who makes it 4 on the edge of the 6-yard box. Blackburn just stood and watched as the ball was headed back down towards the edge of the 6-yard area, and Matthew Briggs had the time, all the time in the world, to take a touch and then just chuck it under Sandomierski from close range. And with a little over 15 minutes left here, Matthew Briggs scores his first goal of his loan spell here, and it is Watford 4, Blackburn Rovers 0. That win cut Hull's lead to 4 points, and Watford had the opportunity to reduce the arrears still further as they travelled to Leicester City on the Friday night before Hull went to Barnsley on the Saturday.
With hands there, Leicester fans. Abdi, Anya. Hogg arriving like a train in the box. And he will hope to pick the right pass. It's trouble for Schmeichel. Oh! But he got a crucial touch on it.
Redemption. That's the only word for that for Kasper Schmeichel. Redemption. And this is what goalkeepers practice every single day at training. When they lose the ball, when they make a save, how quickly they get up. He must have thought he'd lost it, and then lunges forward and gets a real crucial block. Brilliant.
Grateful that Richie Delap made that, but here's Anya. Oh, and Vydra denied the opportunity. It's Abdi. Well, it was an important header just prior to that from Keane, but Abdi with another good situation which he couldn't make the most of.
He's a technically gifted man, Almen Abdi. You would fancy him to hit the target. It goes for power and pulls the shot. In reality, should be maybe got a chance to cushion that with the inside of his right foot into the far corner, but pulls it horribly wrong. But Schmeichel, terrible mistake there, but look how quickly he spreads himself. And Jonathan Hogg is denied. He must have thought he'd scored, the midfielder.
Chalobah. Keane didn't get there. Abdi, Hogg. Well, he's got it right. It's Almen Abdi, great chance! And Schmeichel produces again. You may ask the question why he didn't go across the keeper.
Well, again, I think it's because it's on his left foot, and he's just opted for power. He wasn't really bothered about direction, but again, the movement, look at it, it's fantastic from Abdi. And it's a really good strike. He runs off the back of Andy King. Andy King needs to do better. But Schmeichel really alert at that near post. That's a good save.
Oh, they've got to defend it right, and they haven't! And it's turned in by Deeney! He's delivered yet again! Priceless, precious, call it anything you want. The Watford fans celebrate, and their automatic promotion hopes still very much alive.
Well, they are the kind of team that you really can't switch off for a second against, or else they will punish him. I don't think Troy Deeney's had his best game tonight. It's quite ironic that he's the one to break the deadlock. Again, Leicester, they don't deal with a corner. It goes all the way through to the far post, where Ekstrand just keeps it alive, helps it back into the danger area. And Deeney is there, he's first to react. He's got Keane, it's Andy King marking him. Too quick for him. Low, hard, no chance for Schmeichel. Watford have got their lead. And didn't they enjoy it? Because they're a different team to the one I saw at home against Cardiff just a couple of weeks ago. We were there, their passing and their movement and their energy wasn't like it is today.
We got a couple of goals that day. In fact, it was goalless at the break. It's only in the second half where things really started to happen. Fernando Forestieri with a hat-trick of assists reward tonight, a place on the bench.
I think the manager's decision.
Oh, Chalobah! Oh, yeah, that's amazing! That is absolutely amazing! A goal to treasure forever and a day for Nathaniel Chalobah.
Wow. That's the only adjective I've got for that. Wow. That should not be allowed. That is an unbelievable strike of a football. And it has silenced the entire stadium. I'm sure, really, there are a lot of Leicester fans that would love on a different day to applaud this, because that's all you can do. Just stand up and applaud it, because it comes out of nothing. He's got no right to strike that ball like that. And it's the sheer pace. Watch Kasper Schmeichel. Just have a look at the goalkeeper. He doesn't even see that ball until it is past him. It is an absolute rocket of a shot. And you will not see him strike a better ball for the rest of his entire life. I am certain of that.
Even he can't believe he scored with a shot like that. Might be an opportunity here for Harry Kane. Konchesky. His weaker side. Oh! And it is Harry Kane. Watford looking for the flag.
They've got to go into the last game against Leeds United either wanting to keep decent form going, so they take it into the playoffs, or with a little bit of luck, they may just have something to play for.
Well, as their old chairman used to say, Watford are still standing in the race for automatic promotion.
With Hull losing at Barnsley the following day, it meant just 1 point separated the Hornets and the Tigers going into the final league game. Hull hosted champions Cardiff at the KC Stadium. Watford were up against Leeds at Vicarage Road. Drama was guaranteed, and it began in the warm-up when Manuel Almunia had to pull out of the side with an injury, meaning Jonathan Bond started in goal and Jack Bonham took his place on the bench.
Got into the groove pretty quickly, moving it well. That lull has just stopped them getting into their stride a little bit.
Here's Abdi, Hogg, Forestieri, who has the skill. And here's Deeney, and Hogg moving on, down he goes! And the referee gives nothing.
Well, I'll tell you what, from my first thought there, penalty. Beautifully crafted move here. Deeney lays the ball in beautifully. Or did he put his leg in there trying to get it? There he goes through, and I just think he clinched his ankle. There he goes in, there's contact from behind, you've got to be so careful. I think the referee might have been blocked there, you know.
Hogg and Brown together again. And they're coming together, a tangle of legs at the very least. The key incident of this first half so far, but Graham Salisbury, the referee, not in a position to see clearly what happened. Ooh, and Bond clattered by Anya.
Well, this could be really interesting now. He really took one there, Bond. This is the last thing they need. He comes out, the keeper does well, but he just can't get out of the way. You just cannot get out of the way. He gets a shove there straight into his goalkeeper. Palio knocked him straight into him. Couldn't do anything about it, either of them.
Jonathan Bond received 10 minutes of treatment on the pitch before being stretchered off to hospital. And following an earlier injury to Steve Morrison of Leeds, this game was now running around 15 minutes behind events at the KC Stadium. Watford were now forced to field their third goalkeeper of the day as teenager Jack Bonham came on for his debut.
Well, here's Polly on with a chance, a gift of a goal, and he's taken it. Oh dear, an absolute farce at the back for Watford, and Leeds, as they tend to do, have gate-crashed the party here at Vicarage Road. Here's Anya. Oh, brilliant run. On teed up for Abdi! It's a beautiful goal! Exactly what they needed! A glorious strike from Almen Abdi, and they are back on terms, and the belief is back.
Absolutely magnificent goal. Give the credit here to Anya. Just brilliantly steps inside, just lays it in his pack, takes it early, unstoppable, absolutely unstoppable. Does brilliantly here, quick feet, look at that, made his mind up, knew exactly what he was going to do, and buries it in that top corner quite brilliantly.
At half-time it was as you were, with both games level, but all ears at Vicarage Road were on events at the KC as Cardiff took the lead, but that was quickly cancelled out by the Tigers just as the second half got underway at Vicarage Road.
Well, they have had a habit of turning adversity to their advantage this season, although that adversity has just become greater because Hull have scored. It's Paul McShane, who they thought his season was over a few weeks ago because of injury, but he may just have scored the goal which has secured promotion for them. What a turnaround at the KC. Forestieri looking to show that strength as well as the finesse, but he lost out to Brown, and he was caught very, very late indeed by Deeney. He's already been booked, remember, and his afternoon is going to draw to a close here, and Watford's day is not getting any better.
What's he pleading there? That's reckless. Really is. Brown does well here, he battles well, he wants that ball, he gets that ball, he knows the tackle's coming in, and that's late. He looks up, he knows the challenge is coming. I think it looks worse than it was. It's just asking for trouble, it really is.
Well, Troy Deeney walks off the field, and he may take Watford's automatic promotion hopes with him. They need a favour, of course, but he hasn't done his team any there.
That's irresponsible, unprofessional. He's saying, I never touched him. But you don't do that in a situation. You don't give the referee the opportunity to get another card out.
Forestieri. It is a joy to watch. It was terrific play. Chalobah. Abdi will catch up with this. Chalobah moving to the edge of the box. It's beyond him though. Pudil on his favoured side. Vydra. Get another chance, some half-hearted chance for handball. Vydra, deflection! Oh, what a remarkable save by Kenny!
Quite magnificent. Wrong-footed. Turns in mid-air and keeps it out. Maybe the pace off the ball helped him a little bit, but still a quality save. He's not had a lot to do. You see, he goes for the shot here. There's the big deflection. What a save. Going the other way. Has to shift all his weight back that way, and it's a big, strong hand on it. Brilliant.
Bit of dark humour. We're going to Wembley as the chant around Vicarage Road. And that's the way they'll have to do it. Well, Hull have got a penalty. Steve Bruce dare not look. Oh, well, heroics from the goalkeeper, and it's still not over yet.
Accidental claim for a penalty.
Away by Lloyd Doyley. Folion. Wow. It certainly is not all over yet in this promotion battle. You can hear the roar. And I think you can guess what it means. And this is what happened, a penalty at the other end, almost immediately. And Cardiff on terms. It means that another Watford goal will send them up. Nicky Maynard converting coolly from the spot for Cardiff City, and it really has changed the picture again. Well, that is the best possible news in the circumstances for Watford, and they now know one more goal and they're going up. Watford going behind, but they're hitting back in some style through Almen Abdi. And now they know that one more goal will take them to the Premier League.
Albeit with 10 men, can they do it?
Yep, Troy Deeney sent off. It's Abdi! Oh, will it break? Oh, and Kenny responds again.
Well, we saw him make a stunning save about 10 minutes ago. And he makes a double save here. You've got to give Leeds United credit. The attitude they've shown here has been absolutely superb. Double save, denies them again.
And Poodle in the thick of it. Goal kick is the decision. Chalobah, Lloyd Doyley. Over 400 appearances for Watford. He may be in for a chance to seal it himself here. Forestieri. It's desperate stuff now. Forestieri!
Oh dear. The net moved. Some people in the ground might have thought that was in. Very close. Look at the players there. Dear me.
Well, it's agony for those looking on from the KC Stadium.
I'll tell you what I wouldn't want to watch.
And Chalobah thought he got himself free. Yates. Back into the danger area. Chalobah looking to put some pressure on Lees. Well, it's absolutely relentless now. Hoping to halt the breakout, but it's on. Has McCormack stayed onside? Yes, he has. Oh, and he's got bottom out! Incredible! It's an absolute heartbreaker for the young goalkeeper. And that is surely the end for Watford. Jubilation at the KC Stadium. Ross McCormack has ended all hope.
Heartbreak for the Hornets then, who missed out by just 2 points in the end. They had to quickly regroup in readiness for the drama of the playoffs, where they were to face Leicester over 2 legs.
Excited, nervous again, up for it. If we get something out of tonight with all the things that have gone against us, the uncertainty about how we got into this game versus how Leicester got into this game, Troy not being available, not sure what the goalkeeping situation is. If we get through this, you really fancy us. You know, we know we're the best team there, and we just got to get our heads around the whole thing and prove it.
I'm a little bit nervous, but I'm sure we can prevail. Hopefully, get good form going again. We've beaten them twice this season, so let's hope for the best.
Hoping for another good result. We're here 2-1 the other week, so hopefully another result like that would be good.
I think that helps because we got that in the back of our mind, that thinking, oh, we've come here a couple of weeks ago and we won. But it's almost like a cup competition. It doesn't matter. We've just got to come here and play well.
Third best team in the Championship. Up to Watford now to go and prove it in this playoff campaign.
Yeah, absolutely, and more than that, since we got this team together and going, we're much better than the third best team in the Championship, and we know that. And it's a shame that we've got to prove it again, but I think we will.
We have a lot on our shoulders. Everyone's just like, oh, we're a bunch of low knees. Well, I think we've got to prove to them that we're a team. We finished third, so why we should prove that we are the third best team in the league.
Yeah, as long as we are on our top form, I think we could beat anyone, really.
Well, yeah, I mean, hopefully we'll pack the Vic on Sunday. I'll be there as well. Our away form all season's been a bit better than the home form, so hopefully that'll get a good result today, and then don't have to worry as much on Sunday.
Yeah, it's been enormous fun, hasn't it? There's been, you know, what's there not been to like? It's been a joy.
We'll be fine. We can do it. We've got the skill. So we'll be fine.
The stage is set, the fans are ready, the flags are waving, the players are about to join us here at the King Power Stadium. It's time to introduce our commentary team, Craig Ramage, Nick Wright and John Marks.
Luke, thank you very much, and welcome once again to the King Power Stadium as the teams make their way out from down below us. And the first thing to tell you, we don't normally go straight to the teams, but the first thing to tell you is that Watford are led out by Manuel Almunia. He keeps goal and captains the side this evening. Well, we were here 13 days ago, of course, and we felt that we might just have been back here. Now, Leicester City were about to head to the beach, and after they were beaten, of course, but their last gasp win over Nottingham Forest has given them a second bite at the cherry. Watford, of course, already knew they had another chance if it didn't quite go their way at the weekend. That it most certainly didn't, and they will be hoping for a little bit more luck, or some luck, just to go their way this evening. Here's Vydra again, finds Hayho, 25 yards out. He's got Pudel in space to his left, didn't see him. Unfortunately for Leicester, Richie DeLatte did. And Leicester can break, and here's Nugent into the centre circle, out to the left-hand side, and Lloyd Dyer, huge roar goes up, 2 minutes in, 0-0, Dyer gets the cross in, Nugent with a little flick, Almunia with the save, down by his left-hand post, didn't quite have quite enough power on it, David Nugent, and Almunia was able to get across. The rain driving into Watford faces as well as the wind. Manuel Almunia making sure the referee can see that he's boxed in on his goal line. Woods there, and Keane's there as well inside the 6-yard box. Stows Nugent, and DeLatte makes a run towards the near post. DeLatte with the header straight at Almunia, who just parries it down and drops on it, thankfully for Watford, and rolls it out to Pudel now to try and get Watford going. Good movement from Leicester from the set piece, Nick Wright.
Yeah, good delivery, good header. Bit disappointed that he didn't score there. However, a yard either side and Leicester do go in the lead. Yeah, and I think as we mentioned, Leicester may tire with the tempo that they've been going at in the first 15 minutes. They've been 100% all over.
One mistake by Schlupp, and that lets Anya in. Now Anya's got the pace, he's 1-on-1 with Schmeichel, tries the shot early, Schmeichel makes the powering save. Leicester get away with it, but it comes to Abdi, edge of the box. Abdi with the shot, great save again, Schmeichel, and Keane stabs it away. Anya just didn't have the confidence maybe to get another touch, but terrible mistake from Schlupp, and the first chance of the game for Watford.
He couldn't get out his feet. The lad with pace like that, he just needed to touch it, you know, give it a good stab away and then have a strike.
And here's Doyley inside the centre circle for the Hornets, just dwelling on the ball, waiting for some options. Anya makes a run down the line. It's blocked by Nugent, but Doyley now advances into the Leicester half, and will feed a catchy Anya, and he's darted inside Schlupp and moves infield, finds Abdi midway inside the Leicester half. Cassetti will join in, 40 yards out, gets it onto his right foot, thinks about the shot, does fire the shot in, couple of yards too high. Well, he tried that 2 weeks ago and nearly hit the corner flag. This time, Schmeichel was worried and went full length, and well, I say a couple of yards wide, maybe just a couple of feet too high as well, but that was some strike from Marco Cassetti, Craig Ramage.
Not too similar to Chalobah a couple of weeks ago. It would be nice if that was Nestle in the top corner.
Goodness me, we've just seen the TV replay, and that was close. That was, what, a foot too high and a foot wide.
You can see that Leicester's pace has dipped a bit now, and the game has settled down, and we knew they couldn't maintain that for 90 minutes.
Dangerous crossfield ball though from Cassetti, gives the ball to Lloyd Dyer, and he can run at Doyley on the edge of the area. He goes on the outside. Doyley forces him a little wider, but he does cut the ball back. Nugent puts it wide. What a chance for David Nugent that you would have expected him to take, and Marco Cassetti gets very lucky. He holds his hand up in apology as he played his side into all sorts of trouble, and David Nugent should have made Watford pay. So, Almen Abdi, it's a couple of yards outside the area on the point of the right-hand edge of the penalty area, so it's not the right angle for him to go for goal, but with Leicester have everybody back, he'll look for the likes of Ekstrand at the
another
far
stat, John, when we played Leicester before, we've scored from set pieces against them, haven't we?
Have indeed, certainly.
Here we go,
got that first
Here
goal.
we go.
Here comes Abdi with the free kicks. It's towards the far post. Chalobah rises, but it comes to Cassetti, touch it down, and you to strike it. It rebounds off a defender in front of Schmeichel and goes behind for a second Watford corner.
That was brilliant from Cassetti because he didn't panic. He was facing away from goal. A lot of players would have tried to swivel and you end up skewing it over the bar. He kept calm, laid it to Anya, who struck it brilliantly and unfortunately just deflected in front of goal.
Pudel thumps a long ball forward, which Morgan heads it away. Holt does well. And, finds Vydra, but it was an awkward one for Matej Vydra to control, and Leicester clear, and now Knockart is away from... Oh, he's got the strength on Cassetti, has he? No, what good pace from Marco Cassetti, but Knockart is still there inside the box. Can he get the shot in? He can. Almunia makes the blocking save at his near post. Well, I just thought that Cassetti had done well enough, but he allowed Knockart to wriggle away from him, and he turned and got a shot away, and Almunia stood up strong at his near post and diverted it behind for a corner.
I thought Almunia should have just come for the first ball. He'd have got it comfortably. Knockart didn't get it until near level with the 6 yard box.
His hamstrings hanging out though, Nick. You know, he's been patched up.
He could have walked and put his cap on it.
You know, you can't blame the lad. His hamstrings are hanging out. But great play by Knockart. I thought Cassetti would have had that.
It's an in-swinging corner from Knockart. It's a good header away at the near post. I think from Hayhoe again. And it's back on the halfway line with Schlupp. To his left foot, out to this left-hand side, and Chris Wood, of all people, who might have to deliver a cross. He just plays it infield now to Matty James, and it's back on the halfway line with Schlupp. Watford can regroup. He clips the ball forward, and they've left space, and it'll come to Keane on the volley, and he volleys wide from 12 yards. He had the freedom of the Watford penalty area to take it down and roll it past Almunia. The recriminations have begun. Gianfranco Zola is on the edge of his technical area with his arms out wide, saying, who's picking up those two men on the far side of the penalty area? And again, Watford get lucky. Doyley's giving it away, but so has Andy King's giving it straight to Ekstrand, and he can find Vydra on the right-hand side. Maybe some little nerves taking control here. Vydra, though, has found Hogg with an early shot, which didn't have any power, and goes straight through to Kasper Schmeichel in the Leicester goal. They played it nearly an hour now. And both sides just giving the ball away a little cheaply in the last 5 minutes or so. Long clearance from Schmeichel. Cassetti takes it down with his chest and with the outside of his right boot. Puts it through to Hayhoe. Vydra in on goal, and he's played it straight at Schmeichel. He's scored for fun like that this season, Matej Vydra. That was the chance he's been dreaming for. The flag stayed down. He was one-on-one with Schmeichel, and he basically hit it with two studs and straight up Kasper Schmeichel. So if you look at form, then it's hard to pick a winner out of any of the four teams in the playoffs at the moment. Brighton, perhaps.
Brighton unbeaten in 10, isn't it?
Yeah. Now, Hayhoe has threaded it through for Vydra. Vydra is inside the box. Goes for goal, and it's beaten away by Schmeichel. It'll come to Abdi, edge of the box. Just waited for it to drop, and King nipped away and nipped in front of him. Well, there was a hint of handball against Hayhoe, but Vydra was there on the edge of the box to shoot. Referee hasn't seen an offside flag here as King tries to lob Almunia, and it goes behind, but well, that was better from Vydra. One touch out of his feet, and it was a fine save from Schmeichel. Abdi's worked it to Anya on the right-hand side. He attacks Schlupp. He goes on the outside. Can he get the cross in? It's up towards Hayhoe at the far post, who heads it over. I think he was just put off by Delat, who may have got a touch on it.
Oh dear.
Did Delat get a touch to put Hayhoe off? I'm not sure.
I think he did. I think he did get a little touch.
And he holds his head, Alex Aho. It's the ball is headed.
Yeah, he definitely must have got.
I don't think he did. I really don't. I think he's missed it.
Well, it's a great cross from Anya. Just stood up to the far post. Aho attacked it.
Oh, I think he did, you know. I think he did.
Flicked off his head, did it?
I think he just got a little flick.
Is it going to be knockout?
It is,
yeah.
The young Frenchman. Anthony Knockart to deliver, left-footed. Towards the penalty spot, up go the heads, and it's in! It's headed in by David Nugent, and Leicester strike first in the semi-final. It comes from a set piece. Almunia stood and watched the ball nestle in the top corner. No chance for the Watford keeper. And David Nugent's goal drought is over at the perfect time for Leicester City. 9 minutes left in the first leg of the playoff semi-final. And Leicester strike first. And, well, I guess could say I'm grasping at straws, but the most important thing, if the referee blows his whistle as he looks at his watch, we're in added time, and there goes the full-time whistle, and Leicester City fans are up on their feet. Leicester City have won the first leg here at the King Power Stadium by 1-0. I guess the most important thing is, from Watford's point of view, they will feel that they are still in this tie. It's a 1-0 deficit that they're going to have to turn around in the second leg. Half-time in the Championship playoff semi-final. Leicester City 1, Watford 0 at the King Power Stadium. Nick Wright.
I'm quite surprised with the reaction of the Leicester fans, because the uproar at the end is though they've won the tie, or certainly won by a bigger margin. We've got to remember there's only one goal in this, and a goal takes a second to score. So it's yes, they're in the ascendancy, but it's minor. All Watford need to do is put a performance in that we know they're capable of. There'll be a few players who've been out on the pitch tonight who've got something to prove on Sunday, because not everybody's performed to their best. We know some of the players who've been fantastic throughout the season maybe haven't had the best game tonight, and without singling them out, they know who they are, and they'll be really, really keen to put that right on Sunday, and that'll give Watford every chance.
And to be honest, we didn't deserve that. We created a lot of chances, and honestly, I didn't see them scoring that goal. But that's the thing, you know. It's against teams like Leicester. You have to be always aware, because they can create a chance and score from nothing like they did today. So it's okay. We have still 90 minutes in our ground, and we're going to try to make the most out of it.
Did you feel that you'd weathered the storm? I mean, they came at you early on, didn't they, and threw everything at you, and once you created your own chances first half, and maybe feel you could have been ahead.
Yeah, I thought that it should have been. We should have scored. We didn't take our chances, and it made it difficult for us. But even after, in the second half, we had other chances. No, it's disappointing, because we didn't expect to lose this game, seeing how things were going on the pitch. But as I said, no complaints anymore. I think we need to pick ourselves up and straight away go into the preparation for Sunday, in which we will have the possibility to come back from this result.
The wind didn't really play too much of a part, but the rain definitely did. The ball skidded off quite a few times. Even with diagonals, like you were half 50-50 of them because of the surface. But I think on another day we probably get some more shots off and might trouble Schmeichel. But I think the lads are still thinking positive and just take it to Vicarage Road.
I must ask you about Matej. It's just not happening for him at the moment, and you did have that glorious chance second half, didn't he? Which early on in the season we've seen him take so comfortably.
Yeah, I know that. But Matej, anyway, he works very hard for the team, and so I have no complaints. I know Matej is going to score a very important goal for us.
We were under pressure in the first 10 minutes. You know, we knew they were going to come at us, and we had to stay strong. And I think we finally got into our stride about 15 minutes into the game, and really started playing good football. And to be fair, we were unlucky not to score, really, because the chances were there, and they kept dropping, and they had momentum, we had momentum, and it was that type of game, really. But I think in the second half, they came at us once again. Started the second half, and we stayed strong, and we had a few chances to go in front, but we don't dwell on them anyway. You know, all the lads in there are looking forward to the game on Sunday.
You've got fresh legs to come back in up top. Obviously Troy can return on Sunday, and Fernando has featured a lot at home, so you can have a different weapons to bring on, and fresh legs most importantly for Sunday.
Yeah, I will have different options, and I'll value them. I'll see what's the best solution, but certainly we got enough to cause them problems.
It's not over yet, you know. It's what, 180 minutes of football it is, possibly more. But I think, to be fair, I think the support, you know, we've had away was brilliant. I think the support at home has got to be even better, you know, because when they come at home, the support that they had here today, we've got to match that, and we've got to show that, you know, we're Watford, and that gives the players a bit more extra boost, and we go out to do our best on the pitch. And I think the fans have a very big part to play this weekend.
I have no doubts that the crowd on Sunday will be amazing. They will take us to Wembley. I'm sure about it, 100%.
Welcome for the final time this season to Vicarage Road. After a 46-game league campaign, it comes down to a cup tie, effectively. The Hornets 1-0 down at half-time. They have 90, possibly 120 minutes to turn this around and book themselves a trip to Wembley on Bank Holiday Monday. Knockout, left-footed delivery again, whips in towards an post. That's there, and it's blocked by Deeney, and Abdi has to head it behind. Well, Leicester appeal in vain for a penalty there, but no one tracked the run of Richie Delat, Derek Payne.
No, that's bad marking there by Watford. Delat's free at the near post there. He's got, if he connects with that, it could be a goal. So bad defending from Watford, switched off from the corner.
And here's Delat running at Briggs, trying to go on the outside of Matthew Briggs. He gets the cross in. Almunia is there and claims the catch on the edge of the 6-yard box. And Watford can breathe a little easier. Although Almunia has bowled a dangerous ball out to Doyle. He does well to sidestep James, and he finds Chalobah on the halfway line. Now can Watford break? Because Chalobah has found Deeney. Vydra is outside him. Can he play Vydra in? He can. Vydra is inside the box, and he put it wide with just Schmeichel to beat. Wonderful football from the Hornets, and Deeney played such a clever ball in between Morgan and Vydra was there, but he puts it wide of the left-hand post.
Brilliant. Great play by Troy Deeney. He was on the half-turn as the ball come into him, and he's just slid a beautiful ball in behind Wes Morgan, and Vydra on his left foot. You fancy him to score there, and just at the moment he's not taking them chances.
So Watford will be relieved to have survived that little spell of Leicester pressure, and now they're looking to get into the game. And here's Deeney looking to do the same, and he advances towards the edge of the area. Fine shot, save from Schmeichel. Didn't seem as if the shot was on for Deeney, he just powered his way through. Michael Keane, and Schmeichel had to go full length to his right to make the parrying save. Doyle controls it at the second attempt and plays it crossfield to Chalobah, and here's Abdi into the centre circle. Now midway inside the Leicester half. We have everybody bar Chris Wood behind the ball. So that allows Watford to advance forward, and Cassetti chips the ball into the box looking for Vydra. Vydra on the volley, what a goal! He's done it! Matej Vydra's goal drought is over in the most spectacular fashion. What a ball from Cassetti over the top of the back four, and Vydra on the volley, left-footed into the far corner. His 21st goal of the season and Watford are back on level terms in the semi-final. It is Watford 1, Leicester City 0. What a goal! Whoever said Matej Vydra is short on confidence, have a look at that strike, because that is absolute quality. The technique is fantastic. Similar to Van Persie a couple of weeks ago, and they're talking about the best goal in the Premier League this season. It's every bit as good as that, if not better. Fantastic strike, and so pleased for the guy because he's not stopped trying.
Hornets need to switch on here. 18 minutes played. They lead by a goal to nil, but Leicester City have their 6th corner of this second leg. It's James with it on this left-hand side toward the far post. Headed down by Nugent and in! And Leicester equalise on the afternoon and go back in front in the tie. And Watford do get caught out by another set piece, and it's David Nugent again, who just loves scoring against Watford. His 2nd goal of the tie, and Leicester have their noses back in front. Watford 1, Leicester 1, 2-1 on aggregate. Tokyo forward to Vydra, gets the ball out of his feet and feeds Deeney. Deeney works it out to this right-hand side in Akechi Anya. Chalobah's made a run towards the edge of the area. Anya runs at Schlipp, drifts infield. Still going Anya, and finds Deeney 25 yards out. Deeney thought about the shot, does try the little curling effort, but not enough power to beat Kasper Schmeichel, who holds on to it underneath his crossbar.
Yeah, good stuff by Anya. He come on the inside this time. He likes to go around the outside. This time he's come on the inside, and he's drawn players to him. That's what I like about Anya. He draws players to him, and he's left Deeney with a free shot from 20 yards.
I just think we need to up the tempo a little bit. Tempo is vital in this first 15 minutes. You just need to put a little bit extra effort, a little bit of extra endeavour, working hard, make it very, very difficult for the Leicester defence.
Doyley with an early ball into the box. Deeney looking to head it down. It'll come to Vydra, edge of the area. It's a difficult ball to control, but he leaves it for Potokio. Potokio is away from 1, he's away from 2. Potokio with the shot, just wide, but it took a nick, or maybe just got a touch off Schmeichel and goes behind for Watford's first corner of the afternoon.
No, great play by Potokio. 2 drag backs he had 3 Leicester players around him, and all of a sudden he's managed to wriggle his way out of that and fired one which took a deflection. Potokio there showing his skill, close skill.
It's crossfield into the centre circle, and Chalobah back into his own half and extra, and now Lloyd Doyley on the halfway line, the right hand side, wants to thread it through for Deeney. It's poked away only as far as Abdi, has to take a couple of touches to control it, and now finds Vydra. Vydra 25 yards out. Works it out to the left-hand side, and Briggs, who can take a touch. Can he get the cross in? He's evaded THAT. Briggs into the box. Who can he find? Looks for Vydra. Now Abdi. Abdi with the shot. It's deflected wide and goes behind for a corner. What a block that was, I think, from Michael Keane.
Well, I must say, great defending by Michael Keane. Watford worked the opening brilliantly there. Pushed it out, Vydra pushed it out, and pulled back Briggs done brilliantly. Nice cut inside.
Here's Briggs back inside his own half. Someone to come short, goes across field to Marco Cassetti, and now Ekstrand, who's playing the right of the 3 centre-halves now, advances to the halfway line, plays into the feet of Vydra. That's a good ball. Now Vydra can advance towards the edge of the area, finds Deeney, back to Vydra again, Vydra inside the box, Vydra scores! 2-1 Watford lead, and it's 2 Matej Vydra goals! Laid on the plate for him by his strike partner, Troy Deeney. And Watford are back on level terms in the second leg of the Championship playoff semi-final. It's that man again, Matej Vydra, 22 for the season. It's game on again. Watford 2, Leicester City 1 on the afternoon. 2-2 on aggregate, Nick Wright.
I mentioned at the start of the game that on their day they're the best strike partnership in the division, and I think that's a perfect example. Vydra again taking the ball on the half turn. This time it did work. Attacked the space, played a lovely ball into Deeney. Deeney knew exactly what Vydra was going to do. He was going to follow his run. They've taken 4 Leicester defenders out of the game, and a cool, calm finish from Vydra, as we know he's so capable of. Absolutely fantastic goal, and again back in front on the day, levelling the tie.
Kane flicks it on, but Cassetti's there, and here's Briggs. 10 yards outside his own penalty area, very calm there, and rolls it into the feet of Chalobah, advances over the halfway line and finds Abdi. He's got Anya to his right. Here is Akechi Anya. Now he can run at Schlipp again. Abdi's continued his run. Anya with a couple of step overs, and gets his head down. Can he get the cross in? He can. There's no one at the far post, but THAT will have to head it away. It'll only come to Forestieri. He'll keep it in over on this near side, the left-hand side, the east-hand side. wriggles one way away from THAT, then feeds Potokio onto his right foot, Potokio with the shot, Schmeichel smuggled it at the second attempt, got his body behind it, did well Kasper Schmeichel, and got there just ahead of Troy Deeney.
Yeah, again, good patient build-up. Forestieri tricky, you don't know which way he's going to go, actually just feeds Potokio, one touch out of his feet and a lovely strike with the right foot. Schmeichel, it was a save he should have made, he just fumbled it and Deeney was nearly onto the ball, but Schmeichel just managed to gather it.
Still going Matthew Briggs down this left-hand touchline. Knockout though has robbed him and brings it away for Leicester City and hits a long ball forward looking for Nugent, who will get his head down and keep it in on this right-hand side. Just holds it up, David Nugent. Leicester have got men forward at the far post. THAT is in support. Here's Drinkwater. Nugent with the cross. It's stabbed goalwards, is it? It goes wide. Who was that at the far post? Harry Kane. And that was half a chance, really, at best. Vicarage Road held its breath. It goes behind for a goal kick.
Again, Briggs has got to be so relieved with that. He was so weak down the left-hand side. He's at least 6'3", a strong guy, and he got nudged off the ball when he really shouldn't have been. Watford didn't regain possession until Kane's just put the ball behind from probably 5 or 6 yards, and a real chance to win the game.
Now Nugent gets there ahead of Briggs. Suddenly a little spell from Leicester. Knockout goes on the outside of Matthew Briggs. Well, he's evaded him and he's inside the box. He goes down and the referee gives a penalty. Leicester City have a penalty in added time at the end of stoppage time. Cassetti held off Knockout and Leicester will have the chance to book their place at Wembley. Referee Michael Oliver points to the penalty spot and even our colleagues from Radio Leicester shake their heads in disbelief.
He's gone down so easily, but again Briggs has just let Knockout help muscle him and it should never have got to that. Then Knockout's very clever, lent into Cassetti, dived down, and it's a very, very soft penalty to say the least.
He's just gone down. He's you know, he's been clever. He has been touched, but hardly been touched, and just gone down. But the ball should have been cleared a long time ago by Briggs. Long time ago.
Anthony Knockout has the chance to send Leicester City to Wembley. Almunia saves it, and again Cassetti clears. Unbelievable, unbelievable at Vicarage Road. Almunia keeps Watford in it, and Anya breaks downfield and finds Forestieri. Forestieri right into the area, gets the cross in. Hogg is there, heads it down. Deeney sends Watford to Wembley. Unbelievable scene. There's a pitch invasion at Watford. Troy Deeney scores the winning goal to send Watford to Wembley. Would you believe it here at Vicarage Road?
Unbelievable.
Watford 3, Leicester City 1, and Watford will play at Wembley in the playoff final when this pitch invasion subsides. 3-1 Watford lead, a 20th goal from the season for Troy Deeney. You couldn't write it. The stuff dreams are made of at Vicarage Road. Manuel Almunia saves the penalty. Watford clear upfield, and Troy Deeney becomes a Watford legend as he fires past Schmeichel into the Rookery end net, and Watford lead by 3-1.
Hero time, and who's the hero? This too. Almunia's made a fantastic save. The second save was even better. The second save, Knockout's followed in, and he's got a fantastic strong body behind it. But then, fresh, the Watford players straight into action up the other end. Fantastic play to the far post. Hogg's done brilliantly well to hold his nerve, headed it back, and Troy Deeney, fantastic volley into the goal, and now moments away from Wembley.
Well, you can't believe that. You know, it happened at Brentford the other week in a playoff game, but it's gone from one end of the pitch. Almunia brilliant double save, but then Forestieri, brilliant trickery on the right. Hogg's done brilliant, got up so high, and Deeney's finished it.
I was just waving at you, say what a great point. Jonathan Hogg just nodded the ball down and beat Schmeichel, and Troy Deeney kept his composure to thump the ball into the net.
All three of them kept their composure there. Forestieri, beautiful ball. Hogg, beautiful controlled header down. And Mr. Deeney, who's been outstanding again, with a brilliant finish.
Well, the referee is going to book Troy Deeney for taking his shirt off. Well done for spotting that, Mr. Oliver. Great refereeing.
there was only about 300 people on the pitch taking his shirt off for him.
How long left on this? That's what I need.
Well, we've now played 9 minutes of stoppage time. Well, what is it and penalties in the end of the Football League season? We saw it in League One at Griffin Park between Brentford and Doncaster. We saw it last weekend at the KC Stadium and with Hull and Cardiff. And today, unbelievable. Manuel Almunia saves the penalty. Here come Leicester from the kick-off. It's a blue charge up towards the edge of the Watford penalty area. It's flicked on. Almunia comes. Almunia claims. Under pressure from 3 Leicester players. Ekstrand just eases drink water away. Almunia stays down.
He's all right. He's all right.
A few more seconds.
That's experience. He's all right. He's been really brave. He's already been the hero, and now he's just going to hang on to it for 1 more minute.
Watford 3, Leicester City 1. 3-2 on aggregate. Watford free kick is inside their own penalty area. Almunia takes his time. Leicester disconsolate. David Nugent kicks a Coke bottle off the field of play. And Almunia clears upfield. All eyes on referee Michael Oliver, who blows the full-time whistle. And Watford are at Wembley. They do have another chance. The crowd invade the pitch again. Leicester fly flat on their backs. Watford celebrate. Unbelievable scenes here at Vicarage Road. They have beaten Leicester City in the second leg of the playoff final by 3-1. This is what we wanted to see last weekend. It's not promotion yet, but Watford are still in it. They will head to Wembley on Bank Holiday Monday and will play either Crystal Palace or Brighton. Matej, Vydra scored twice. David Nugent got Leicester back into it. But Troy Deeney, in the last minute of stoppage time, after Manuel Almunia had made a penalty save from Anthony Knockaert, and Deeney sends Watford to Wembley. And Vicarage Road has the celebration it so dreamed of last weekend. And now there's an outpouring of just joy here for Watford to make it. Almen Abdi is surrounded by Watford fans who want their photo taken with him. It's the stuff dreams are made of. You just can't write the script in the Football League this season. Watford are back at Wembley 7 years after they were at Cardiff, 13 years after Nick Wright sent Watford into the Premier League. They will play either Crystal Palace or Brighton on Monday, May the 27th. We are going up is the chant from the Watford fans who have swarmed over towards the tunnel area. They have won here, and goodness me, I need to lie down.
I think everybody's gone through a lot of emotions today, and I think in the end of the day, what has made it different was, apart from Almunia, obviously, it was outstanding. It was they decided not to give up on such unfortunate, and maybe I think it was also too much against us, the penalty opportunity. So we didn't want to give up to that, and then we've been lucky and fortunate and good to transform the disaster into something glorious. So it's outstanding, really. I could not believe it, and honestly, I believe we deserve that.
Yeah, it's emotional. The longer the day goes on, the more it's setting in. Close I am to crying. I don't cry. I'm a big man. I don't cry. So it's nice. Obviously, from the start of the year that I've had to finish it off like that. But we're not finished yet. Got a couple more to go at Wembley yet. So but to top it off like that is fantastic.
Well, I saw the game we played against Leicester the other day, and Matej, I thought he played a very good game. And I wanted just to prove to him that he is in the team not because of the 20 goals that he scored. He had scored so far, but because he does something very important for the team. His contribution for the game and for the defending is good. And I knew he was coming back. When somebody's playing like that, you have to trust and wait for it to happen. And today, even if he missed the very first chance, then he pulled back together everything he had, and he produced 2 brilliant goals. But then again, we've been patient, we built it up, and we made some changes on the pitch to change, and I think it was very good because it gave us an extra gear. The players that came on the pitch, they did very well, and we got the second goal, which was another very good move. And after that, you know, when we all were thinking that we're going on to the extra time, then the episode, you know, it made me crazy because I don't think it was a penalty, but anyway, it was meant to be, and what a way to react to that.
What about those last couple of minutes? I mean, we're on the floor when the referee points to the penalty spot, and then Manu makes the save, and then it's just chaos.
That's why he's a class goalkeeper. You know, that's why he's played Premier League and Champions League. He's the man. That's why he's captain, and you know, he just gave a little speech in there about how proud he is to be involved in a team like this, and that for us shows what it means to him. A lot of people are giving the foreign lads and the people that came in a lot of stick, you know, and it's not merited because they do care. We all care, and if we'd have went down, I guarantee you a lot of them would have been upset. But you know, Manu showed his class, saved it. We hit him on the break, and then Hagi chose not to shoot, which is probably the best decision as he hasn't scored all season. But now I was just thankful. I was caught screaming for it. He's nodded it down, and the rest was easy, you know.
Say it was easy. Your heart must have been racing, but you kept your head at the right time, and then wow, what a celebration!
Honestly, I didn't. You know, I was actually very, very calm. I just thought, for missing, we got extra time, so you know, it wasn't one of those we had to score on last day type thing. The pressure wasn't really on me. The pressure was more for if we went to extra time. So I knew if I catch it well, it's either going in or the keeper's going in the goal with the ball. So yeah, it was nice. It was a nice day.
When I saw the ball going forward, I saw the picture, you know, the film of Brentford. Somehow it came to my mind straight away. And when I saw the ball that Jonathan put, it was so good in putting the ball back into play in the middle. And then Troy has made a difference, as it made it many times.
Wembley next.
Wembley next, yes.
You've got a couple of weeks off, which I think you'll need now just to recover composure and probably lie in a darkened room somewhere. But it must be just reward after what happened last weekend. You must feel that someone is smiling now.
No, it's good. I think we deserve that. I feel for my colleague Nigel and Leicester because they've been a very good opposition. And well, obviously it's us. We worked so hard to achieve this, and we now for a couple of days we enjoy, and then we start building up for the final, which is going to be massive for us.
He chips the ball into the box looking for Vydra. Vydra on the volley. What a goal! He's done it! Matej Vydra's goal drop is over in the most spectacular fashion. Now Vydra can advance towards the edge of the area. Finds Deeney. Back to Vydra again. Vydra inside the box. Vydra scores! 2-1 Watford lead, and it's 2 Matej Vydra goals! Well, he's evaded him and he's inside the box. He goes down, and the referee gives a penalty. Anthony Knocker has the chance to send Leicester City to Wembley. Almunia saves it, and again, Forestieri right into the area, gets the cross in, Hogg is there, heads it down, There's a pitch invasion at Watford. Troy Deeney scored the winning goal to send Watford to Wembley. Welcome to the climax of what's been an epic season for the Hornets. We've had many memorable moments. crossing. Hogg is there, heads it down. Deeney. Unbelievable scenes. There's a pitch invasion at Watford. Troy Deeney scored the winning goal to send Watford to Wembley.
And it all ends here at the Championship playoff final. Welcome to Wembley. Well, it was only 14 years ago that Nick Wright scored that goal from in and around this area to set up a memorable afternoon for the Hornets. This season, Crystal Palace stand in the way in a match that many of the pundits are finding hard to call.
Well, I just think the very nature of the two teams that we've got here means that we are going to get a great spectacle. And I think really Watford will probably be just the slight favourites, but I did witness what Crystal Palace did away at Brighton the other day, and it was very, very impressive. And if they play as well as that, then it'll be a tough game for Watford.
A gloriously sunny day, and a game that, and I know you would want me to be partial, but I can't be, because I just can't call this one. Two real characters of the game, two teams that have probably exceeded all expectations this season, and the best team wins.
Well, in just a few hours' time, the players will emerge from the tunnel at Wembley to a wall of yellow noise as the Yellow Army look to get behind their team for one last time this season.
Been amazing. I mean, whatever happens today, if it doesn't happen today, I think we've got a great chance of going up next season. And some of the moments we've had this season, the football we've played, the goals we've scored, it's been brilliant. So you know, if we can just finish it off today, this is such a fantastic way to go up. So let's keep our fingers crossed, eh?
But yeah, it's absolutely fantastic, and we talked about it over the course of the season, where you know, was excited if we get to Wembley, which when they struggled a little bit, had a little struggle, and this is the way to do it now. You know, it's a one-off game. We're at Wembley, sun's out. What a celebration if we win it today!
Here they come then, the Watford and Crystal Palace players.
And here come the Flames as well. We're about to get underway. Luke, thank you very much. What is going through the minds of the two sets of teams as they come out onto the pitch now at Wembley? And what is a fantastic occasion, whose flames are being lit in front of us. There are four massive stands and hot flames coming out the top. It's warm enough up here, and then you can feel that heat rising as well. Those Watford players will be slightly nervous. There'll be energy that they need to release as quickly as possible, and they line up in front of us now. This is what it's all about, Craig.
This is it. This is every footballer's dream, and it's not the FA Cup final or any of them sort of big cups. This is the next cup for investing, and this is why they do it. What an occasion, and what a fan base. It just gets everybody out and coming to support their side. What an amazing day.
The atmosphere inside Wembley as we wait for the Hornets to get us underway is electric. Incredible atmosphere here. Red and blue at one end, all yellow, a sea of yellow. The Watford yellow wall away to our left. Watford are going to play from left to right as we look at things. Your TV pictures will have them playing the other way from right to left. But they're attacking the Palace end in this first period. Troy Deeney and Matej Vydra stand hands on hips. Vydra with his right foot on the ball, on the centre spot. Our referee this afternoon is Martin Atkinson, and he gets the 2013 Championship playoff final underway. There's ticker tape on the pitch at the Watford end, red and blue balloons at the Palace end.
And Marco Cassetti has the ball at his feet, and he threads it into the centre circle, and Almen Abdi. And here's Daniel Pudel with bright green boots this afternoon. Finds Vydra, and Abdi again, midway inside the Palace half. Now Nathaniel Chalobah gets on the ball for the first time. Pings it out to this right-hand touchline, looking for a Kechianya, slightly overhit, goes into touch for a throw-in. But a promising start, some passing and movement already. Here's Doyley, who advances towards the edge of the area, plays a clever ball into Abdi. Has he overrun it? Can Abdi square it? It comes off the defender and goes behind for the first corner of the afternoon. Just his first touch was a bit heavy there, Almen Abdi, and the chance was gone.
And Lloyd Doyley there, what people wouldn't give him credit for, a lovely little reverse ball by Lloyd Doyley. You wouldn't expect it, people don't give him that credit. And Abdi's first touch, like you said, John, if it was better, he would have had a shot on goal. I'd like to see us get down their wings, get Pudel and Anya in the game a lot more.
Abdi will take the corner. Matej Vydra wanted to. It's a good challenge from Jedinat getting back there. Vydra stands hands on hips. Abdi waves him away. Curls it in right-footed. It's headed away by Gabidon. Anya is there to head it back into the penalty area. Cassetti rises. Palace clear again. Although Hogg wins it back on the edge of the box. Did that come off a Palace player? I think it did, but the linesman rules otherwise on this near side, and Palace will have a throw level with the edge of their own penalty area, left-hand side. It's back with Damien Delaney inside the Palace half, just shy of the halfway line. Clips the ball forward looking for Wilbraham. Ekstrand's first to it with a strong header that reaches Vidra's chest on the halfway line. Good bit of control this time from Vydra. And Anya spots the run of Jonathan Hogg into the Palace half. Just holds it up away from O'Keefe and finds Abdi. And Abdi's got Pudel to his left. Here's Vydra, and now Deeney 25 yards out. When it comes to Vydra, Vydra into the box. The shot's charged down. Great challenge, I think, from Delaney to block the shot from Matej Vydra, who was seeing the whites of Speroni's eyes. Delaney, I think, might just have saved a goal there for Crystal Palace.
It's a fantastic block from Delaney. Just seeing the replay now, and Vydra does get to the ball first and gets a strike going into the bottom corner, and Delaney's deflection just takes it out for a corner.
Maybe Watford could break here. Abdi finds Hayho. Hayho gets his head down and drifts it forward into the Palace half. Does well to evade two defenders. He's got Deeney to his left. Leaves it now for Troy Deeney. Needs somebody in the box, of course. Deeney finds Abdi. Now Pudel. Pudel led with the edge of the area, left-hand side. Drifts infield. Here's Chalobah. Chalobah 30 yards out. Thought about the shot. Does fire the shot in. It skews wide off his right boot, away past the left-hand post.
Not really any momentum there for Chalobah. He'd stopped the ball, and it's very difficult just to touch it out your feet and strike with little backlift from 30 yards. But good, promising play again down the left-hand side. Pudel, Aho had a good couple more decent touches, kept the ball well, so that's promising.
And can run at Joel Ward maybe, just holds it up and leaves it for Abdi, plays it infield one more to Jonathan Hogg. 18.5 minutes played of the second half. 0-0 at Wembley. Abdi advances towards the edge of the box. Hayho makes a run. Here's Alex Hayho. Can he turn? Can he turn and get the shot in? He turns the defender, but Speroni is there to dive at his feet and claim it off his toe.
I think he needs to do a set there, Hayho. He's done the first bit well. He's held the ball up and just set Deeney. Deeney made a nice run off him. But definitely Hayho, definitely playing well. Good touch, good feet. Just then I thought he could have set Deeney. Deeney run off him there. Can he set him?
And Kevin Phillips waits on the touchline as the ball thinks over the back of Ekstrand, and Zaha's away. Left-hand edge of the penalty area. Just slips though. Cassetti can force him out wide. Still trying to turn Zaha, get the ball into his right foot. Can he set someone? It's still Zaha. Pudel dives in. It'll come. The shot from O'Keefe. Almunia makes the save with his feet and deflects it behind for Palace's first corner of the afternoon. Mamal Almunia comes to the rescue to deny Stuart O'Keefe.
Well, Pudel's come diving in there, and if you're going to come in on the edge of your own box, you've got to win that ball, and he's coming sideways on instead of coming straight in and winning the ball. And there again, Almunia stays big, stays strong, and cuts down the angle. Brilliant save by Almunia from O'Keefe.
Here comes the change for Palace. It's as you predicted, Nick. Johnny Williams is the one who's withdrawn, and on comes Kevin Phillips, who began his career at Vicarage Road and is ending it at Selhurst Park. He's going to play on another year. Will he be the man that can decide his fate as to whether his final year as a pro will be in the Premier League or the Championship? He has 25 minutes to make an impact. Palace have their first corner. Garvin with it on this right-hand side. Almunia comes. Deeney heads it away and out of his hands. O'Keefe heads it back into the box. Might come to Wilbraham. Almunia makes the save again on the edge of his 6-yard box as Watford fell asleep. Comes out to Garvin on this right-hand side. He's away from Abdi. Can he get the cross? And it's deflected. And deflected behind for another corner. Watford living on their nerves here.
Yeah, very, very poor defending there. Nobody took charge. First of all, it was between Hogg and Chalobah on the edge of the area. One of them just needed to take charge and head it clear, but then really poor defensive play in the middle. Cassetti and was it maybe Ekstrand? Neither of them went for the ball. No, Cassetti and
Garvin with the corner. Almunia doesn't get there, and it's cleared at the far post by Doyley. It was Gabidon at the far post who looked like he was just going to touch it over the line. Pudel has found Deeney, has he? No, Gabidon was quickly in ahead of Troy Deeney there. And here come Palace again with Zaha. Zaha to run at Cassetti, maybe drifts infield, attacks the edge of the area, he's running at Hogg, plays it into the feet of Wilbraham. Doyley's there, and then Almunia saves again with his legs. How many more chances do Palace want? They should have had this game wrapped up by now. It's another Palace corner.
Almunia is Watford's best player by a mile, keeping them in this game. And it all stems from Troy Deeney not holding the ball up, and that's unlike Troy. All season we've seen him use his strength, and he's just not done that today. Gabidon's had the better of him. Breaks very early. Zaha's the danger man. He's played a lovely ball to Wilbraham, who thinks he's done everything right, but fantastic save from Almunia.
Extra edge of the centre circle. Advances towards the halfway line, clips it forward over the back of Jedinad, into the feet of Hayhoe. Hayhoe holds him off, and he's got Batokio running. Batokio into the box, just let it run over his feet. It does get the cross back in. Deeney on the volley, and it volleys, goes wide. Hayhoe was there as well. It wasn't quite the Nick Wright moment.
That was the chance. Deeney's been quiet. That was the chance. Hero time. Just 1 minute to go in normal time, and Deeney's got an opportunity on a volley. It's a difficult one. We know it's a difficult one. It's behind him, but we've seen people score those before. I'd have fancied a go.
Just wish you were on the end of that, Nicky Wright.
The 3 minutes of added time are nearly up. Zaha on the halfway line. Cassetti not trying to, desperately not letting him get into the Watford half, but that's left the door open for Moritz, maybe, who does belt the ball into the penalty area. Phillips heads it down, but Almunia is there again, and referee Martin Atkinson says that will do. And we will head into 30 minutes of extra time. And, well, it's overtime here at Wembley. 0-0 at the end of the 90. Quick word, Nick Wright.
Yeah, Palace bossed the second half. Watford started strongly in the second half. 10 minutes, Hayhoe looked really good, but then Palace have bossed the second half, and Almunia's kept Watford in it. Simple as that. They've had 4 or 5 chances that on another day could have gone in. Almunia's been the difference.
Here's Abdi. Watford have worked it well on the edge of the box towards Hayhoe. Might come to Deeney. Deeney's there. A brilliant save from Speroni on his goal line to knock it away from Troy Deeney, who was poised to touch it over the line. Well, and now he has made a save, and it was a very good one.
How didn't he score?
He's just waiting for Troy Deeney to pull the trigger there and smash it in the net, and Speroni's done brilliant.
Here they come again, but Tokyo with an early ball in, and Ward volleys it away from Troy Deeney, but it will go out of play into touch for a Watford throw over on the far side. Well, it came to Deeney, and it just looked like he was going to touch it over the line, and Speroni got there, changed direction, and just flicked it away from Troy Deeney. That was the chance. Missed Hayhoe, and Deeney was there, and it just ran away from him. Abdi with this Watford corner, though. Low in towards the near post. It's swiped away by O'Keefe, but Tokyo 25 yards out. Fires the shot in straight at Speroni, who falls to the ground and holds on to it well.
Yeah, definitely worth a shot. Tokyo first touch was good outside his feet. You know, no one come and charged him down. It was definitely worth a go. Shame he just caught it directly at Speroni and didn't put it in the corner.
Today, the long clearance from Speroni causes all sorts of problems again, because it comes into this. And now it's not a penalty. Cassetti's brought Zaha down, and Crystal Palace have a penalty in the last minute of the first period of extra time. Referee Martin Atkinson points to the spot. And is this the defining moment of the season? There will be a yellow card, I think, for Cassetti, who holds his head.
It was a penalty. It was a penalty. There wasn't really any need to make the challenge either. He'd also got Batokio, who was covering, so even if Zaha had gone past Cassetti, there was no need, and he's just had a little nibble. He's just tried to nibble the ball away, and he has brought Zaha down.
There was no need to make the tackle there. He was past Cassetti, but Batokio was covering.
Well, it's going to be Kevin Phillips from the penalty spot against Manuel Almunia. Last minute of the first period of extra time, 0-0 in the playoff final. Phillips with a very short run-up, stands hands on hips, into the top corner. No chance for Manuel Almunia, and it's Crystal Palace who strike first in the playoff final through the Watford old boy, who might just have scored the £120 million goal for the Eagles. Almunia again to clear, into the sunshine, towards extra, and it's Delaney who heads it away again. But Tokyo will pick it up, right-hand edge of the penalty area. He's got Cassetti in support. He goes on the outside of Moritz. He gets the cross in. Two Palace players go for it. Comes to Ekstrand. Ekstrand's shot was that blocked. Well, it comes to Abdi. It's wide. And Watford feel that Ekstrand's shot was blocked by an arm. But the referee doesn't agree. And Abdi curled it high and wide over the bar.
That's the chance. We said there'd be one chance. Whoever's come out to block the ball, so brave in doing so, whether it's hit his arm or not, that's maybe the chance. That's maybe the block that's gotten in the Premier League. He's gone out to parry it like a goalkeeper.
I'm sorry, I don't want to be biased, but Joe Ward, I'm sure it's Joe Ward, has thrown his hands up, has hit him in the belly.
Yeah, his hands were up, but I don't think it hit his hands, to be fair to the referee. Well, it's the last minute of extra time. We will have some stoppage time as well. There won't be much. It really is the last chance now for Watford. Long ball from Pudel, another good leap from Hayho. Jedinak heads it away. Abdi wins it back on the edge of the box. Hayho's there trying to turn and gets himself some space. Can he work it to Forestieri? Here's Fernando Forestieri, puts his foot on it. Forestieri with the shot, headed off the line! Headed off the line! Great work from Forestieri. And it's headed off the line for Palace by, I think, Joel Ward again. Here come Watford again with Forestieri, flicks it into the box. Hayho turns it across goal. Deeney's there, but it goes through to Speroni. And Palace survive. Fernando Forestieri so close to a dramatic late equaliser.
Great feet in the box by Forestieri to create the chances. Dragged it back, took two players out of the game, curled it. And Joel Ward, though, was great covering on the line for him. He was always going to head it off the line.
We're into 1 minute of added time at the end of extra time. Crystal Palace 1, Watford 0. Joel Ward is the Palace hero at one end, Kevin Phillips at the other. Here come Watford again. Delaney clears inside his own box, and Moxie will keep it in and clears up towards the halfway line. But Tokyo volleys the ball back towards the edge of the area. Hayho flicks it on. Jedinak's there to head it away. It's nearly done for Crystal Palace as they clear over the halfway line. Almunia controls it with his head and then just belts it downfield, high into the Palace penalty area. Deeney's there. It's flicked on and it goes wide off the defender. Goodness me. Watford will have one last chance from a corner. This is the last chance of the season. Manuel Almunia has gone forward. Almen Abdi with the corner on this left-hand side for Watford. It's teased in towards the near post. It's flicked on and out of play over on the far side for another Watford corner. There will be just about enough time to take this. But Tokyo over on the far side is in hope. Forestieri to deliver. Almunia is still forward, it's low in towards the near post, it's a poor one, it's headed away, back to Forestieri, there goes the full-time whistle. Crystal Palace will be playing in the Premier League next season. Watford's hopes are dashed at Wembley from the penalty spot by one of their former heroes, Kevin Phillips.
Today a case of you were beaten by the better team on the day?
Today, yes, they played, I believe, better than us, and that's why they won it. Yes, it was a penalty. They scored as a penalty, but we maybe should have had a penalty. But that doesn't change anything. Yeah, they play better than us, I believe, especially in the second half, and that's the why they won it.
Perhaps a little disappointed that you didn't create more yourselves, as you have done all season.
No, exactly. No, we were not able to produce the normal football that we normally produce, and you know, we have some excuses, if we can say. Matej wasn't to play actually today, and then he got injured towards the end of the first half, and that wasn't easy to take. And on the other hand, Zaha, honestly, today was on a different level, and it's made a big difference.
Do you think he was the difference between the two teams?
I think so, yeah. When you play games like that in which it's tight, you're very close, then the difference is made by special players, and today he was one of them.
It seems strange that it was so tight, given that the two teams were the two top scorers in the division, yet it's settled by a penalty in extra time. It's ironic, really, isn't it?
Yeah, that was strange, but I don't think nobody wanted to lose, and that made the game a little bit tight in terms of people who were very concerned defensively, and probably they didn't express themselves in the best way going forward. But anyway, it's nothing takes away from our season. It's been a fantastic and enjoyable season.
Big performance from your captain. Manu made some fine saves in the second half, and right at the end it just looked like something might happen when Fernando had that shot that was cleared off the line. No,
it's Fernando, and then the chance where also Abdi put it in. Normally from that position is very good, but as I said, probably he shouldn't. It didn't have to happen today, and I'm sorry for our supporters that they were. Again, fantastic. We're going to make up for this next year.
That was going to be my next question. What's your message? You touched on it earlier, that it has been a fantastic season, and nothing should take away from that, despite the disappointment of today. It's far too early, I'm sure, to be answering these sort of questions, but you're ready to go again very soon in August, and would that be your message to the supporters, that this is not the end, this is just the beginning?
No, this is the beginning. We're going to start working straight away. This time we're going to be a little bit more prepared, and I'm sure we're going to make the team stronger than this year. That's the aim, that's the target. We know what we have to face next year, and that certainly will help all of us.
What was it like seeing that yellow wall away to your left today? The colour was fantastic from the Watford supporters, wasn't it?
No, it was fantastic. It was really good, and honestly, deeply, I wanted to give them the satisfaction they deserve, and I'm sorry we didn't make it, but next year we're gonna try again.
There'll be lots of questions, of course, about the playing squad, won't there, for next season? But you remain confident. The message is, as it has been, that a lot of these players will be here next year. That's something that the supporters would like to probably be reassured by, I guess.
No, they will be. There will be the ones that believe are good enough to stay with us. They will be here, and also, we're gonna make a stronger team. We're gonna work on that. Everyone deserves that.
Hey you, click here for more videos.